Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., the New York Mets play the Washington Nationals. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the New York Mets. By Geico, the #1 insurer in the New York market. By Infinity, visit your tri-state area Infinity retailer for a test drive today. By People's United Bank North America, checking that wins, expertise that wows. And by Hotel Transylvania 2 in theaters September 25th. Well, the Mets won't have much time for monuments, no time for sightseeing during their trip to our nation's capital. There's big work to be done, even on Labor Day, while the rest of the world has the day off. The Mets have some big jobs to do, and a big series coming up against the Nats. The last time these two teams got together, right at the end of July, the Mets were the chasers. They swept the Nats, went on a big roll. The Nats fell apart in August, but they are back playing well now, and the Mets lead is 4 games. They are the chasee coming into this series today. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and happy Labor Day, everybody. I'm Gary Cohen, Ron Darling alongside as the Mets open a 3-game series against the Nationals. So much has changed since these last two teams played. These teams have been built on pitching, but it's their offense that's been carrying them.
Well, it's really changed. You're right. That series was such a big series for the Mets at Citi Field. After that series, the Mets went on a tear, of course. The Nationals went 6-12. But I said that the Nationals are going to make one more run of a 15-5 variety. They're 11-4 in their last 15 games, so they're coming on. But you're right about the difference in the teams. It's based on hitting now. The pitching has fell apart, especially for the Nationals, and the hitting has just come on. Their whole infield right now is spot on for the Nationals, and the Mets, the whole lineup is hitting.
When that last series began with the Nats, the Mets didn't have Cespedes. He has been on a tremendous roll, home runs in 4 of his last 5 games.
Well, Cespedes has just been really the godsend, what the Mets needed to be in the middle of that lineup. He's in the middle of the lineup today, and he's going to give them another weapon against Max Scherzer.
These two teams' pitching woes recently epitomized by the two starters today. John Nisu got on a great late summer roll. All of a sudden has hit the skids.
Boy, he looked so good during the summer, but the last 3 starts have just been awful for John. He's given up 18 runs in the 16 and third innings. It just has not been good for John. He's looking to turn it around, and I think his 175th start and his most important start in the Mets uniform.
And the $210 million pitcher Max Scherzer was great early for the Nats, not lately.
He's lost twice to the Mets, tough luck losses, but his ERA is approaching 6. He's 0-3 in his last 6 starts. So both these pitchers looking to turn it around today.
8 home runs allowed in those last 6 starts for Scherzer. The presidents are ready. Are you? It's the Mets and Nats with the Mets 4 games up. Mets and Nats on SNY. DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com with the official daily fantasy partner of the New York Mets. Enter promo code NYN for free entry. Get to Citi Field Saturday night, October 3rd, when the Mets play the Nationals. The first 15,000 fans in attendance will receive a fleece blanket courtesy of the Northwest Company. For tickets, visit Mets.com/tickets. Now time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag SNY DataStrongFan, and you might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Big series in our nation's capital about to ensue. It's the Mets and Nats. First pitch is coming right up. Daniel Murphy, after missing the last 3 starts with a wonky quad, will be back in there. Lucas Duda just rejoined the ball club this morning from his rehab assignment in Binghamton, but not in the starting lineup today, however, available off the bench. Michael Conforto, who hit third yesterday, goes into the 5-hole, and that's what the Mets will present against Max Scherzer. As we saw Scherzer on opening day, stalking around that mound. 39-8 in his last 2 years with the Tigers. Got him that big contract with the Nationals, an 11-11 this year. He's had 2 starts against the Mets this season. He's allowed a total of 1 earned run and somehow lost them both. Curtis Granderson leads off. First pitch of the afternoon is a fastball for a strike, and we're underway. Granderson just 3 for his last 18, 256 for the year. He's done well against Scherzer, 5 for 16, including a home run. And Granderson hits one out to left field. Jason Worth tracking it toward the corner. It's over his head, and it bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. Well, when we saw Worth in New York, he was very shaky playing left field 5 weeks ago, and he looked even shakier there, battling the sun on the first ball hit today on this Labor Day afternoon. Boy, the first mistake made by the Nationals and Jason Worth, who just waves at that ball. I don't know if he lost it in the sun at the end or what, but bad play
and the same kind of start for Scherzer as it was on opening day.
I'm not sure that he saw that ball at all, because the ball was hit better than he was tracking it, and I think he was trying to estimate where it was and never really found it. So the high sky comes into play. Granderson at second with nobody out, and David Wright trying to cash in. And it goes to the backstop. Karen's back past Ramos, and over to third goes Granderson. So a very shaky start for the Nationals. 3 pitches into this game. Granderson's at third with nobody out.
You know, I tried to explain before, in his last 6 starts, he's 0-3, ERA around 6. Why? It's because of that pitch right there. He's been looking to throw the ball in against right-handers, and he's been yanking it across the plate. That one for a wild pitch.
Nats will play the infield back and seed the run on a ground ball. And that one almost went to the backstop. Ramos able to snag it. And it's 2-0.
I mean, his mechanics, he's always been a mechanical kind of pitcher anyways. He's got a lot of moving parts. Some are not in motion right now.
David had the day off yesterday. This is his 11th game since coming back from the disabled list, hitting just over 300. And he fouls it back, and it's 2-1.
Scherzer, when he played for the Tigers, Gary, they used to nickname him the Mechanical Man because he always worried about his mechanics. They're a little off right now.
After the original Mechanical Man, Charlie Gehringer, the Hall of Fame second baseman. It's been a very rough stretch for Scherzer. Hasn't won in his last 6 starts, and he's been giving up a lot of home runs. Comes inside to right, and it's 3-1. Daniel Murphy on deck. Scherzer, the first part of the season, was almost untouchable. 9-5, 1.79 in his first 15 starts. He threw a 1-hitter, and the next start threw a no-hitter against the Pirates, which was almost a perfect game. Wright chases a pitch out of the strike zone. Slider from Scherzer, 3-2.
Well, that's on the 3-1 slider. That's outstanding. Looks like a fastball to the last second. That's why David offered at it.
Well, they're giving you an RBI here if you can put the ball in play. Scherzer looking for the strikeout with Murphy on deck. Granderson at third, nobody out. Just getting started in D.C. And Wright fouls back the fastball. 96 from Scherzer. He'll average about 94 over the course of the day.
Every once in a while he'll amp up, though. He did in that first game on opening day against Lucas Duda. Remember, Lucas took him for that big base hit.
Lucas not starting tonight. He had a big hand in the Mets sweep in New York late July, early August. 3 home runs in that series. 3-2. And David just got a piece to foul back.
Very seldom do you see a pitcher throw 3 straight pitches the same on a 3-2 count. That's what it would take here for Scherzer to throw a fastball. I bet you see a slider here.
Scherzer has the best strikeout to walk ratio in baseball. 219 strikeouts, only 26 walks. And on 3-2, Wright lifts one to right. That should get the run home. Harper coming in a step. Granderson tagging. And he's not going to try it. And Harper's throw comes in on 1 hop to the plate. And that is the first out of an already very busy afternoon.
Well, in retrospect, it looked like the right move. You thought that Granderson would be aggressive here. But Harper's got the best arm in that outfield. And he even took his time and 1-hopped it. And that was a perfect throw. It doesn't get any better than that. Starts that ball down the first base line, a little break, and it bounces right where Ramos would want it. Tough call. This one, Granderson, the veteran, has to call himself. Looks like he's thinking of listening to Tough, but you got to really, that ball's in front of you. Call it yourself.
So he'll give Murphy a chance to drive in the run, and this time the Nats bring the infield in with 1 out. Murphy had a pinch hit at bat yesterday, coming back from the quad injury, and grounded into a double play. Granderson at third and 1 out, and the infield drawn in. And it pops inside, ball 1. Murph felt as though a few days off would leave him good to go, but he ran only half speed to first base on that double play yesterday, so it remains to be seen how much he can push coming out of the batter's box. And Murphy fouls one down the left field side.
You know, Gary, we saw that with David Wright when he had the hamstring problem. He played for a long time with it, ran about half speed, and then he had to run out an infield single, and that's where he popped it.
Well, Murphy missed almost a month earlier this season with the same quad, and even though this injury is not nearly as severe, when you hurt the same muscle in the course of a season, you certainly have trepidations. But it's all hands on deck for this series. 1-1 from Scherzer, and he jammed him, and Murphy fouled it off. 1-2.
Well, defensively behind Scherzer, we already saw Coors Light defense. Worth misplay that ball. Taylor and Harper. Michael Taylor's had a good year in center field with the absence of Span. Escobar, Desmond, Rendon, and Zimmerman. As a defense, they've been great. As an offense, even better. And Wilson Ramos, the net killer, behind the plate.
Taylor's got a little bit of a wonky knee. Had been sitting out. He came back yesterday to play the full game. Yoenis Cespedes hitting cleanup today, waiting on deck.
Interesting. Scherzer walking off the mound. Didn't like the signs from Ramos. He'll go at it again.
He's ahead on Murphy, 1-2. And Murph went around on the curveball, strike 3. 2 out.
It's a crazy game. You have a mistake made by the Nationals, and if Scherzer can pitch them out of this inning, they get the momentum. Good breaking ball in the dirt, and Murphy chased.
So the Mets had a runner at third and nobody out. Now he's still stuck there with 2 away, and it's left to Cespedes, who has just been money for the Mets. 4 home runs the last 5 games, 29 RBIs in 33 games as a Met. As his first 30 home run season. And up in a big first inning spot in his biggest game as a Met so far. Taking all the way, a strike. Slider to start him off.
Boy, in the middle of this season, 4th place hitters like John Mayberry Jr., Eric Campbell. Now it's Cespedes.
When the last series between these two teams began, that was the day that the Mets acquired Cespedes. He made his debut the next day against the Nats. And Scherzer gets ahead of him 0-2.
It's going to be interesting for me. The better pitchers know how to attack Cespedes, and where you attack him is up. He's a down hitter, loves the ball down. It'll be interesting to see if these Washington pitchers pitch him up when they get ahead.
Oh-2, and he bounces one. Nicely knocked down by Ramos to hold Granderson at third. 1-2. Scherzer's last start against the Cardinals, he gave up 11 hits in 6 innings, but limited St. Louis to 2 runs in that game. That was the only game the Nats won in that series in St. Louis. One-two, and he strikes out Cespedes with a slider. Scherzer with a runner at third and nobody out, able to retire the Mets and keep them off the board. John Neese takes the mound when we come back. other than Denard Span, who's out for the season following hip surgery. All the Nats are back and all in the groove now, having swept a 4-game series in Atlanta. The Nationals have won 5 straight.
Well, I said before, the cheap numbers for Jonathan Nice. This is his 175th start in a Mets uniform, and his most important. He's lost his last 4 starts to the Washington Nationals.
Jason Worth has thrived since being elevated to the leadoff spot, and he takes outside from Nice for ball 1. Worth in 17 games hitting leadoff, .329, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. Missed long stretches of time this year. Shoulder surgery in the offseason gave him a late start to his year, and then a fractured wrist took him out for 2 months. The home plate umpire, Paul Nart, trying to get the second base umpire's attention.
Yeah.
And Mike Esterberg doesn't realize that he's talking to him.
Well, he's telling him to move
right.
because Worth is in line of Worth. And it's pretty funny.
Esterberg was looking behind him. Oh, you talking to me?
You know what's funny is that when Estabrook moved over, Kelly Johnson moved back in his place to be in the same eyesight of Jason Worth.
That's an interesting call there as Nice gets ahead on Worth 1 and 2. So Johnson realized that if Estabrook was in Worth's sideline, well, I might as well be in Worth's sideline.
A pro, that's what you do. Little gamesmanship. Love it.
Anthony Rendon on deck, then Bryce Harper in the opening inning for the Nats. 1-2 from Nice, and Worth just got a piece. John dialing it up to 91. That's good to see. We haven't seen a lot of 91 from John recently. Last 2 starts, both against the Phillies, both derailed by a 5-run inning, each time capped by a Darren Ruff home run. And Nice needs to be able to snap out of that funk today.
Oh, that's a good start right there, brushing Worth back. Get these guys off the plate.
Worth now 36 years old. You see him wearing that wrap on that left wrist, which he hurt earlier this year. 2-2. Line to center, but right at Cespedes. And that's the first out.
Defensively for the Mets, behind Jonathan Nice, brought to you by Lexus. Conforto, the rookie, Cespedes and Granderson in the outfield. In the infield, David Wright, Flores at shortstop. That's interesting with Nice pitching, not Tejada, Johnson and Murphy, and Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate. We've seen Tejada usually get the start when Nice is pitching because of the preponderance of ground balls that Jonathan gives up.
Terry said today he put Flores in there because he needed to get Kelly Johnson in to get an extra left-handed bat against Scherzer, and that took precedence over playing Tejada. So here's Anthony Rendon, and he hits the comebacker. Nice with the knockdown, plenty of time, and gets the second out.
Well, Jonathan Nice has been watching Bartolo Colon the last 2 days ago, feeling his position beautifully. Stops it, gathers it up, throws a strike.
Didn't throw it behind his back, though.
He's not ready for that yet. He's working on it.
When he's 42. He's got a decade and a half before that happens. So here's Bryce Harper having the year of his life or just about anybody else's at age 22. He has just had a phenomenal season. Leads the league in hitting, in on-base percentage, and slugging percentage, 3rd in home runs. So how do the Mets attack Harper this series?
Well, he's only 3 for 13 off Nice, but Jonathan has walked him 4 times, which tells you that he doesn't really want a big part of Nice. How do you attack him? He is hitting that ball in the outside corner, which he didn't hit the first couple of series that they faced Bryce. See d'Arnaud going through the signs. I think you're going to have to brush him back. Does not like to be pitched inside and breaking balls away.
I was a little surprised when I looked at the numbers today on Harper. He has only been hit by a pitch 4 times this year. You would figure with the season he's having that more teams would be coming inside against him.
And honestly, the kind of player he is gets under other teams' skin, too. And I'm surprised. You're right, Gary, that only 4 times.
John gets ahead of him 0-2. On the outside corner, got him looking. 3 pitches. Nice takes care of Harper. His first strikeout. 1-2-3 for Nice in the first. Off against Max Scherzer in the second. Conforto hitting 5th in the order, and he flies one deep to left. Back goes Worth to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Michael Conforto breaks the ice. Conforto goes the other way again for his 6th home run of the year, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead in the second. Welcome to the biggest game of your life, Michael Conforto. It's just not that easy.
Maybe it is for him. The home run ball has really bitten Scherzer of late. And just to fastball it away to try to get ahead, Conforto wouldn't allow it. And has shown tremendous power the other way.
The only Met in the lineup who had not faced Scherzer before. And Conforto greets him rudely.
Got that 3/4 delivery. That fastball away is not sinking. Stays right on the same plane. And look at that head down and follow through by Conforto.
Michael had 2 doubles yesterday, both hit to left and left center. As d'Arnaud fouls it off, and now going the other way for his home run. He has shown very early in his career that he can be that kind of line-to-line power hitter. I know it makes Keith smile.
He loves it.
In fact, I think he just texted me.
Well, if he was here, he'd say, leave him alone now. Just leave him alone.
0-2 to d'Arnaud, and he takes it wide. d'Arnaud had a frustrating at bat yesterday in the 9th inning. He pinch hit for Kevin Plawecki with the bases loaded. Got ahead in the count, but grounded into a double play that short-circuited the Mets in the 9th. But Travis has been swinging the bat extremely well. 7 hits in his last 12 at bats. Slugging percentage now at .557, which is tops on the ball club. Even better than Cespedes, better than Conforto. Scherzer wanted that last call, didn't get it from Paul Nard. 2-2.
d'Arnaud now with limited playing time has had back-to-back double-digit home run years.
On the ground to Desmond, who's been playing better defensively the second half of the year. 23 errors, and remember he victimized Scherzer on opening day with his poor play at shortstop. But in his free agent season, things have gotten remarkably better for Desmond. 1 out now. Kelly Johnson. This is the extra bat that Terry Collins wanted in the lineup today. Kelly at .263 for the year, and takes the breaking ball for a strike. Terry's got so many options these days. Sometimes it can be hard for him to write out a lineup. Hit in the air to right center field. Back in the gap goes Taylor. Back near the wall, and it's out of here! Kelly Johnson, 2nd home run of the inning for the Mets. Makes Terry Collins look like a genius. Terry shoehorns Kelly Johnson into the lineup, and Johnson takes Scherzer deep, and the Mets have a 2-0 lead.
Well, this is how this new Mets offense has been doing it, with the power game. And Kelly Johnson got a changeup up in the zone. He was off on his front foot, still had enough power to hit it out.
13th of the year for Johnson, his 4th as a Met. So Scherzer's gopher ball woes continue. That is 10 home runs he's given up in his last 35 1/3 innings. Now Wilmer Flores, who's homered in each of his last 2 games.
Just a changeup. He saw the grip right down the middle. Not enough speed taken off. He's a little off his front. See, he lets go of the baseball bat there, but still had enough to get it out of here.
So after Scherzer was able to sidestep difficulty in the first after a sun-aided double and a wild pitch, he gets bombarded here in the second by Conforto and Johnson. And now behind on Flores, 3-1. John Neese waiting on deck. It's interesting that Scherzer's 2 outings against the Mets were early in the season. Opening day here, 1st of May in New York. The team he's facing today is a very different team than the one he took on in those first 2 starts, and 2 of the newer Mets have hit home runs against him. Flores just stays alive. Scherzer in the first year of a 7-year, $210 million deal. Look at that, 1 earned run in 2 starts against the Mets, but 2 losses. Got victimized by his defense the first start and lost a 4-0 game in the second.
So hang with him.
3-2 to Flores. And that's on the inside corner. Flores jumping back, gets punched out. 3rd strikeout for Scherzer.
Well, it wasn't a great slider, but it started right at Wilmer and then bends over that inside corner.
So 2 out and nobody on, and now Nice, who has 9 hits this year, to lead this very bat-able Mets pitching staff. Years ago, Max Scherzer won the Cy Young in the American League, winning 21 games, and that has helped him lead the majors in victories since 2012.
Then he turned down $150 million from the Tigers and then went out and won 18. Gambling on yourself. That's great.
Well, this one has not started well for Scherzer. This is badly to Nice with the curveball, and it's 2-2.
Interesting. He's working very slowly compared to the first couple of starts we saw Max, who's a bundle of energy usually on the mound.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. After that first inning when he worked out of a jam, he was very emphatic and pumping his fist as though he had just won the game. He came out the next inning and he's looked different.
That was a real 8th inning reaction. That wasn't a 1st inning reaction. Usually you don't see that from a starting pitcher. But you're right. He looks lethargic in this inning.
And now he's gone full on Nice. I don't know if that's more physical or if it's more mental.
I think it's mental, because what happens is you have this huge rush of adrenaline after you get out of an inning like that. And sometimes it just saps the energy right out of you.
3-2 to Nice. And he keeps the at bat alive.
I mean, a 2-1 curveball, a 2-2 changeup to the pitcher to get to 3-2. Unusual assortment of pitches for Scherzer.
Well, just threw 98 to Nice, which is about as hard as he's ever going to throw. But he's got to throw an 8th pitch now to the opposing pitcher. And Nice keeps the at bat going even further. That serves to drive up Scherzer's pitch count a little more. And you've made the point a number of times about Scherzer, how many innings he threw early in the season, uncharacteristic.
I always thought he was a 7-inning pitcher, Gary. Only had 1 complete game in his career. That came last year in a shutout before this season. 4 this year.
And he's really giving him a tussle.
I just see him as today's starting pitcher. A guy who's going to give you 7 innings, very much like Greinke. He's that kind of pitcher. And then there's the next echelon, guys like Kershaw, that can finish what they started.
10th pitch of the at bat coming to John Nice. And he goes down swinging, but he certainly made Scherzer work. 4 strikeouts for Scherzer, but 2 home runs for the Mets. The rookie Michael Conforto gets the Mets started. He goes the other way for his 6th home run. And then the veteran Kelly Johnson with his 13th. And the Mets have a 2-0 lead in the middle of the second. In the bottom of the second, he'll face the hottest hitter in the Nationals lineup, Ryan Zimmerman, leading off in the second after John retired the side in order in the first. And Zimmerman promptly grounds a base hit. He's now hitting 11 straight games. He's hitting over 440 during that 11-game hitting streak with power.
Well, I said before the game that this was going to be the biggest start, his 175th in Jonathan Neese's career. Well, this is going to be the biggest shutdown inning he'll need in that career. And Zimmerman starts it off with a single. Your team's giving you a 2-run lead. You got to put up a 0.
Now Yanel Escobar, who has been an unsung hero for these Nationals this year, with everybody hurt for most of the year. Bryce Harper getting all the accolades. Escobar has helped keep the Nationals around by having a career year. He's hitting .315, 8th in the National League. And over the last 10 games, Escobar hitting .432. Ian Desmond waits on deck.
Interesting, Gary. One of the few hitters to not stand on that back line.
Possible double play ball. Flores to Johnson, but a tough catch. They're going to say out at second, and he dropped it on the transfer. So Zimmerman is out. But Johnson had trouble with that all the way. Otherwise, the Mets might have gotten a double play out of it.
Well, it's interesting. Matt Williams has just asked the home plate umpire, Paul Nart, to wait for a second. He might challenge this. He's not going to win it, I don't think. I definitely think that Kelly caught it and lost it in the transfer. That was not a good turn by Flores. I mean, not a good toss to Johnson on that play. Almost threw a changeup.
So it's interesting, isn't it, how both sides of the equation come into play in the same inning? We talked about the decision today by Terry Collins. He normally plays Tejada at short with Neese on the mound. Opted for Flores so Johnson could get in the lineup. Johnson hits a home run, but then the Mets don't turn a double play that maybe they would have if Tejada's at short and Flores is at second.
Well, it's one of those things, honestly, that has bothered the Mets all season long, is that they have not turned double plays that should be automatic.
Ian Desmond hitting at .235, 156 strikeouts. That's second in the National League. That one's through the hole, a base hit for Desmond. Escobar pulls in at second, and so the Nats now have the tying runs on base with 1 out. And that double play not turned looms large.
Well, the last 45 games for Desmond, he's sitting around a 300 clip. So he has turned his season completely around in his free agent walk year. Again, another ground ball finds a hole just like Zimmerman.
So now the Met killer, Wilson Ramos, will come to bat. Ramos, a lifetime .329 hitter against the Mets, hitting .242 this year, and he's been hot lately. Seems all of these Nats have been in a hot streak as they try to turn their season back around. Neese misses with a fastball low and away, ball 1.
You know, it's interesting that the Mets don't shift as much as many teams. With Jonathan Neese pitching, your left side of the infield's got to play to pull against these right-handed hitters. He doesn't throw hard enough.
Ball and a strike to Ramos. There you see the career numbers for Ramos against the Mets, far better than his career averages. Double play ball. The flip by Johnson, the turn by Flores, and this time the Mets turn the double play, and that retires the side. And John Neese kept getting ground ball after ground ball, and he finally got one hit in the right spot. 2-0 Mets after 2. with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet now. Second time around the batting order for Max Scherzer, who gave up 3 extra base hits first time through, including a double to Curtis Granderson. A Sun-aided double that Jason Worth had trouble with in left field. That's got Granderson to third with nobody out. Couldn't get him in, but then hit 2 home runs off Scherzer in the second.
Well, I don't know if it's fatigue or watching Scherzer pitch. His arm angle has dipped considerably, 2 or 3 inches, throwing a little lower from the side from early on this year, and I think that's why he's not getting that good sink. He's getting more of lateral movement. That's why he's been hit hard.
He's had 186 innings already this season. He misses with the curveball, and he's behind on Granderson 3-1.
I believe he threw 220 plus innings last year, so that's what he's on a pace for again.
I think Scherzer understands the import of this start. I mean, this is the one time in this series when the Nats can say, well, we've got the advantage in the starting pitcher matchup. That's driven to right field. Harper got turned around but finds it and makes the catch. Bryce Harper did a complete 360 before locating that ball and somehow found it to retire Granderson.
Well, the ball was hit right at him, so he kind of froze in the beginning. And then as he circled around, he thought it was over his head. And then when he turned around, the ball was at his feet. So great recovery by Harper. A little lucky, too.
So 1 hard out and nobody on. Now David Wright. So certainly getting their swings against Scherzer early in this game. David flied to right his first time. The ball that Granderson couldn't score from third on or declined to try. Harper threw a 1-hop strike to the plate. So it looked like the good decision. David lofts this one out to center. Easy play for Taylor drifting back. 2 out. And Taylor catching a fly ball. That's a reminiscent scene for Max Scherzer. That's how he got his final out of his no-hitter. He had a perfect game going until he hit Jose Tabata with 2 out in the 9th and then got the 3rd out. He had thrown a 1-hitter in his prior start and completed the no-hitter. It was June the 20th against the Pirates.
Almost Vandermeer-like. I mean.
And he got the chocolate sauce treatment. Daniel Murphy takes a strike.
No-nos galore this year, huh? Arrieta the last.
6 of them, including 3 in a 3-week span. Yeah. And the Dodgers twice in 10 days.
That's right.
1-1 to Murphy, who struck out his first time up. But you know, the Dodgers have righted themselves from those no-hitters. They've won 11-13 and pulled away in the NL West.
What are they, 7.5 up right now?
Well, the Giants, wow. Giants had that 7-game losing streak, and that pretty much seemed to seal it.
And
fastball strike.
3 of those against the Dodgers in that 7-game losing streak.
Well, then they lost their first 2 to Colorado, and the Dodgers were able to pull away.
Kershaw threw 132 pitches. I've heard he's fine for his next start.
In MRI. Dirt. 2-2. Well, there are the NL West standings.
Well, that's what you do for a championship year. You push to 20, and then you try to get your team somehow between 20 and 30 games over. That's the number that gets you into the post.
2-2 from Scherzer to Murphy, and Murph pops one foul. Well, the way things are going right now, with the Cardinals easily sporting the best record in the league, it certainly would appear that whoever wins the East, the Mets or the Nats, will get the Dodgers in the National League Division Series. And, you know, the upside, the downside of facing the Dodgers is you're facing Kershaw and Greinke. The upside is there's not much behind them in that bullpen other than Kenley Jansen.
And I would say not a lot in that rotation after them, too.
That's driven out to left. Worth going back, and he manages to snag it to end the inning. Boy, every fly ball to Jason Worth in left field seems to be an adventure. Scherzer giving up a bunch of fly balls in that 3rd inning, and Worth just equal to that one. Still 2-0 Mets in the 3rd. against John Neese. Mets with a 2-0 lead. Taylor playing most of the center field. Denard Span out for the season following hip surgery. And Taylor's been battling a knee problem of his own, but he's come up clutch. Came off the bench at a game-winning 3-run homer for the Nats the other day.
Hurt his knee chasing a ball in center field. Hit it against the fence.
Got back in the starting lineup yesterday. Kelly Johnson ranging a long way to his left, and he throws out Taylor for the first out. Well, the city problems for the remainder of the series. Tomorrow night, Matt Harvey against Jordan Zimmerman. Jacob deGrom against Steven Strasburg Wednesday night. And, of course, so much of the conversation the last 72 hours has been about Matt Harvey. And it could be that start against the Nats is his last for a while. Sandy Alderson addressed the matter today after Matt put out his Players Tribune piece saying he'd pitch in the playoffs.
The mea culpa?
Things are still a little bit vague about how much and when Matt's going to pitch for the rest of the regular season and how much he would be available if the Mets were to get to the postseason. But it looks, after Sandy spoke today, as though it's going to come down this way. That he's going to pitch tomorrow, that they'll skip him and then probably pitch him against the Yankees. And then if they need him the last weekend of the season to pitch against the Nats in that final series, that he'll pitch in that series as well.
So if he has 2 7-inning efforts, that brings him right to where he needs to be, that 180 inning limit.
And then you get to the playoffs, and as Sandy said today, we don't know if he'd be available for the entirety of the playoffs, but you know, Matt has made his case in his self-penned story that he wants to pitch in the playoffs, and I guess they're taking him at his word.
Well, I mean, this is such a difficult thing to me to even discuss. It's just that, you know, one, the agent's kind of supposed to work for you. You know, you didn't work for him. Second, because of this, Matt had to address it on Saturday at the walk to Scherzer. He had to address it on Saturday, and then supposedly he had to talk to Sandy today. And this is before his most important start in a Mets uniform. Just all that added pressure, not needed. I can understand that, you know, there's doctors involved that want to protect the athlete. Listen, I would have loved to have had someone want to protect me my first couple of years in the big leagues. It was a different day and age. But all you needed to say, I thought, on Saturday, instead of regurgitating whatever he said to the press on Saturday, is this: I'm ready to pitch every 5th day. They're in charge of telling me when I pitch. That's all. So if they don't pitch me, go talk to them. Don't talk to me, because I'm ready every 5th day. That's all he had to say. Became a boondoggle.
Jason Wirth lined out to center his first time, and he gets this one in the air. Shallow left center. Conforto coming in to call with Cespedes, and Cespedes calls him off and makes the catch. 2 out. It's obvious that the public reaction to Matt was so incredibly negative after his comments on Saturday, and I think it really took him aback, which is why he wrote this story. But I think what's more relevant as far as the last 4 weeks of this season is, how will that clubhouse react to what's happened these last few days?
Well, you know what's interesting is that maybe the biggest part that Uribe Johnson played on this team will be, and David Wright that you guys showed the other day, really playing a big part in being bigger than the Matt Harvey question, will be those 3 players in the locker room saying, hey, listen, this is nonsense. Don't worry about it. A starting pitcher should never be the story unless it's the day he's pitching, and concentrate on our team is going to win this thing.
It was amazing how emphatic David was yesterday with Matt. They spent almost 4 innings together in that dugout, and David did most of the talking and Matt did most of the listening.
Well, he aired him out. That's what he did. Well, that's what captains do. Hey, listen, I've at 25, 26, I said a lot of stuff I regret also. But at the end of the day, this team has built up such a beautiful story. It's like Hollywood prose, and you don't want anything to ruin it.
But you know what? It hasn't been a straight line story.
That's right.
And this just adds a little more intrigue. Just off the corner to Rendon. And now Neese behind 3-1.
Well, if you want to use history as an example, consider how Mr. Strasburg is thought about after 2012 when he was pulled in September.
There's ball 4, so the second walk of the inning, and that'll bring up Harper with the tying runs on base, and that is the last place that Nice wanted to put himself.
I know that Nice is a veteran. David's coming in to talk to him, but you know, with 2 outs in the inning, if I was Dan Worthen, I'd come out. And the reason I would come out is because Nice has shown you throughout his entire career that he gets in a funk for 15 or 20 pitches and he can't get out of it. He needs help to get through these kind of tough times.
Well, he put himself in danger by walking the pitcher and graver danger by walking Rendon with 2 out. Now he faces Harper with 2 out and 2 on. Harper took a call third strike his first time up. And he attacks the first pitch fastball and misses, 0-1. That is one vicious hack.
Well, he's trying to hit that ball 500 feet. Not a good pitch by John.
Cutter up in the zone. Harper 34 home runs, matching the number on his back. 83 runs driven in.
He's hit a lot of home runs to center field and left field too, so he's got power from coast to coast.
He whacks that one toward left center, but over comes Conforto to grab it, and that retires the side. Harper hit it hard. Conforto makes the grab. Nice works around a couple of walks in the third. Mets still up 2-0.
You know, we've been sitting around for 4 years asking everybody to be patient, even the players. Hey, this is, it's not going to happen overnight. Well, it's time. To me, this is the first round of the playoffs for me. That's the way I'm looking at it. And these guys deserve to, they've worked hard, they've played hard. We've gone through 140 games of, a lot of things that happen and to get to this point. And they should enjoy it.
Well, that's the biggest series the Mets have played since 2008.
Yes.
And Terry Collins has made no bones about that, telling John Nice is the biggest game you're going to pitch in your life, saying this is the first round of the playoffs. It's taken Terry a while to get back into a pennant race since his last stint as manager in Anaheim, and he is primed for it.
And he's never managed in the postseason, so he's treating these games like the post. I like to hear that.
He made the point there's only a limit to how much you can play it like the postseason, because unlike in the postseason, you don't have off days.
That's right.
Mets will be playing every day this week.
But you do have September baseball, which gives you extra men.
Right. Yoenis Cespedes leads off and wheels at the slider from Scherzer, 0-1.
Which has got to stop at some point. It's nonsense, and we'll talk about it another time because it's too good of a game.
Both teams well fortified in the bullpen and in the dugout with extra players, which changes the nature of the way you manage. Ball to strike to Cespedes, who struck out to end the first inning. High fly ball to left. Worth trying to locate it as he moves back onto the warning track, feeling for the wall, and it hits off the top of the wall, and it's a home run. Cespedes with a home run. Number 31 for Yoenis Cespedes, his 13th as a Met. The Mets' third solo home run of the afternoon, and the Mets have a 3-0 lead in the fourth. A towering home run by Cespedes. The question is whether it would have the distance, and it just hit off the top of the wall, I believe, into the flower bed. The third base umpire, Ed Hickox, called it a home run, and Cespedes, who was unsure, then circled the bases.
Well, the ball's really carrying. We saw it from the first play of the game with Granderson, and this one gets in the flower box. Gets in there and bounces out. Off the tip of the glove of Jason Worth.
I don't think we've seen a higher home run this year than the one Cespedes just hit. That was a Kingman-esque blast. They're going to check it out on replay, but clearly that ball did go over the wall, bounced in the flower bed, and came back. And they're going to check with the replay folks in New York just to be sure. This is a crew chief review on a home run. And
that's a crew chief review, right?
Dana DeMuth just pointed to his chest and said, "This is my review, not a challenge."
Did you see where his arm is on Scherzer? His arm is down, so that ball, instead of sinking, is staying true in the middle of that plate. And Worth gave it a great try. See, just off the tip of his glove, you can see the flower bush move, which lets you know it's in there.
And the umpires confirm it is a home run. So Yoenis Cespedes has now hit 5 home runs in his last 6 games. He is setting himself up to be one of the great stretch drive heroes this franchise has ever had.
He's a Don Clendenin-like.
He's pushing toward Yastrzemski.
There you go. I know that year.
So 3 home runs for the Mets today. Conforto hit the first one. He's up now, and he takes the breaking ball down for ball 1. Cespedes 31 home runs, keeps expanding his career high. He's now hit 11 home runs in his last 17 games. And this fly ball hit out to left, and Worth, I think, can locate this one, and he grabs it for the first down. Cespedes' streak coming into this game, 10 home runs in his last 16 games, equaled the most home runs a man had ever hit over a 16-game span. Gary Carter had a stretch where he hit 10 in 16 in 1985. Frank Thomas, the original, back in 62, and Robin Ventura in 1999 had 10 in a 16-game stretch, and now Cespedes has added to that, 11 in 17.
So 31 home runs, 90 RBI, 70 extra base hits, on and on and on. 91, RBI.
And that was also his 92nd run scored. Yeah. He's putting up incredible numbers. And just for reference, you know, Bryce Harper is having as good a year as anybody's had in a long time in the National League. He has 68 extra base hits. Cespedes now has 70.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not saying the Cespedes is having the year Harper is, but in terms of extra base hits, he's got more.
It's a lot of baseball to go, too.
By the way, you know that's our cliche of the week.
That's right.
We're repeating that as often as possible. D'Arnaud bounced to short his first time up. And Travis takes outside 2-1. Well, the home runs just keep piling up for Max Scherzer. You see his recent numbers, last 12 starts. But he's now allowed 11 home runs in his last 37 1/3 innings. That's startling. Popped up in the right center, and Taylor calling and shading his eyes at the same time, and that's the second out. It seems like a day that it would pay to have a ground ball pitcher on the mound.
Yeah.
And the Mets do. During today's game, you can get interactive with SNY Game Day on SNY.TV, featuring pitch-by-pitch coverage, player cards, and in-depth stats. Check out SNY Game Day on SNY.TV, your online home of all things New York sports. Two out and nobody on for Kelly Johnson, who homered his first time up. Well, he one-handed the ball over the scoreboard fence in right center for his 13th of the year, his 4th as a Met. And the curveball at his feet, 1-1.
You and I were talking in between innings. Johnson, one of the smartest players we've seen in a Met uniform in some time.
One-two from Scherzer, and he got him with the changeup. Ball on the dirt. Belated run to first, but Ramos throws him out, and that ends the inning. But the Mets add to their lead. Yoenis Cespedes continues this incredible home run tear. His 13th home run as a Met, and his 31st of the year. Making 3-0 New York in the 4th. Ryan Zimmerman leads off the home 4th against John Neese and takes a cutter at his feet for ball 1. Zimmerman bounced a single through the hole into left his first time up. Zimmerman, Escobar, and Desmond against Neese, who's thrown 3 scoreless innings. And he gets the changeup in for a strike, 1-1. John worked around a couple of hits in the 2nd, and even more dangerously around a couple of walks in the 3rd when he got Harper to line out to left. Poked the other way, and Zimmerman has another base hit. Boy, he is just red hot right now. Doesn't matter what you throw him and where you throw it, he's going to get himself a hit.
You know, the last time the Mets saw Zimmerman, he was just coming back from injury, and he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Just the opposite now. Everything's a base hit. First inning, he hit a cutter inside for a base hit, and here, a hanging curveball. He goes the other way.
So that's the 3rd hit against John Neese. And now Yunel Escobar grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. And he paints the outside corner, 0-1. Ian Desmond on deck. Changeup outside, 1-1. Well, the Mets lead the season series with the Nats 7-6, which is quite an accomplishment when you consider last year the Nats won the season series 15-4.
Yeah, the Nats owned the Mets last year.
And over the last few seasons, particularly at Citi Field. Slowly hit. Tough play for Wright. He'll let it roll, and it's a fair ball. And a base hit for Escobar. David felt he had no play had he charged that ball. So opted to let it roll, but it stayed well to the fair side all the way.
Well, David was playing back and to pull, and the ball not hit sharp enough. And I think it was the right play. No chance for him to come in and scoop and throw that.
So the infield hit for Escobar puts 2 aboard with nobody out and brings Ian Desmond to the plate. Desmond had a base hit into left field his first time up. So Nisu sidestepped trouble each of the last 2 innings, finds more of it here in the 4th, working with a 3-0 lead. And Desmond thinking about a bunt with Wright again playing back at third. I've been surprised, frankly, that teams haven't tested David more by dropping down bunts to see if that back is okay.
Exactly. Coming off the DL with a bad back, you would think they'd want him to bend over as much as possible and coming in on a bunt.
And Desmond thinking about it again, but now John's behind him 2-0.
When you're thinking about pitching against Desmond, you want to concentrate on keeping the ball down. He's an up hitter. Anything up in the zone.
And now 3-0.
Don't give him the hit here. Down 3 runs. Going to make John throw a strike.
Desmond with 17 home runs this year. He's hitting home runs at a familiar pace for him, but that tough first half really has driven all of his numbers down. There's a strike, 3-1.
When you have a first half like Desmond had, Gary, you really have to look at yourself and say, listen, I'm not going to hit for average this year. That's not going to happen because I've gotten off to such a bad start. Just concentrate on production in the second half, and he's done that.
Even with his rebound, he's hitting just 186 for the year with runners in scoring position. Fouls back that fastball. And it's 3-2. Full house here in D.C. on Labor Day afternoon. Temperature in the upper 80s. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Third walk given up by John Neese. Interesting pitch selection there.
I'm not troubled by that because John does not throw hard enough to just challenge anybody 3-2. It's just the execution of the pitch. You got to throw it for a strike. Well, I said Danny Wortham should have came out before, and then Neese got himself out of predicament with Bryce Harper up, but he's coming out here with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Well, Wilson Ramos is coming up. John got him to hit a weak ground ball into a double play his first time up. He could use another one of those. That's with a 3-0 lead. Will play for the double play. Happy to concede a run to get 2 outs and choke off the big inning. The Wilson chant in Washington. Hat tip to Tom Hanks.
Jonathan would like to cast away Wilson right now.
Very nice. Well, perhaps if he hits a ground ball, the middle infielders can play volleyball.
There you go.
And a bump set spike. No wonder Ramos. And the cutter misses in. Ball on a strike.
I always say that whenever I see Ramos' stance, it reminds me of Andres Galarraga. And whenever anyone's this open, it seems to me as a pitcher, or probably seems to you people at home, that you want to go inside. That's where his weakness is because he's got to close so much. That's not the truth with Ramos. He's very quick inside. Down and away is the place to pitch him. Can't always get there.
He's ahead on Ramos 1-2. And a high fly ball deep left field. Conforto goes back, takes a look, and it's out of here. Wilson Ramos crushes the Mets again with a grand slam. And he puts the Nationals in front 4-3.
Well, the biggest start of Jonathan's career and a disastrous inning with the home run. Grand slam by Ramos. I said in the beginning, we were talking that inning, he loves the ball middle of the plate in. This ball, a little curveball down. And killed by Ramos.
Second career grand slam for Wilson Ramos. His 13th home run of the year. And just like that, the Nats have the lead.
Loads up, goes down and gets that baseball. The Mets killer. Jonathan was hoping that would stay in, but not even close. That was over the bullpen.
20th home run Nice has allowed this season.
You know, Jonathan was looking back like that's a pretty good pitch. That pitch needs to be bounced. When you're ahead, you bounce that pitch. Wasn't able to do that.
So the nature of this game changes in a big, big hurry after the Mets hit 3 solo shots against Scherzer. Now Taylor follows with a base hit. Still nobody out in this 4th inning. And the Mets start to get the bullpen cranking as Carlos Torres is up.
Curtain call time now.
So Nice was able to squirm out of trouble in the 2nd and 3rd innings. No such luck here in the 4th. Now Scherzer up there to bunt. And it's a strike. And Scherzer, for somebody who has been very vocal about the fact that pitchers shouldn't hit, done pretty well. Got 10 hits this year.
Well, the third base coach, Bob Henley's coming in to talk to Max. Why? Murphy is coming in so aggressively from first base. He's probably telling him, if you can, try to get this ball to third.
Ball to strike to Scherzer. The inning began with Ryan Zimmerman hitting a curveball into right for a base hit. And Nice got unlucky. A slow ground ball from Escobar stayed fair. But then he walked Desmond on a full count and gave up the grand slam to Ramos. Good bunt by Scherzer. Nice's play is to first. 1-4 on the sacrifice, moving Taylor to second. Well, John has seen a big inning derail him in each of his last 2 starts. He had a 5-run inning to the Phillies in each of those games. Now a 4-run 4th that he's trying to keep right there.
Boy, Jason Worth took his time getting out there. I thought he thought that there was going to be a pitching move made. Collins sticking with Nice.
And Worth takes a cutter for a strike. Worth is lined to center and fly to center, 0 for 2. Anthony Rendon on deck. He's about to throw his 25th pitch of this inning. And the changeup off the plate. 1-1. In the air, deep center field. Back goes Cespedes. It's over his head. Hopping against the wall. Taylor's in to score. Worth pulls into second with an RBI double. A 5-run inning against Nice for the 3rd straight time. And it's 5-3 Washington.
Well, I was surprised that Worth got the hit off Nice, and he hit a bullet. You see the changeup grip. He's got hurt with a couple of changeups already in this game, and this one middle. Ball hit so hard that Cespedes really had no chance.
John Nice is 10th on the Mets all-time list of games started.
And there's Taylor. He just has the trot in.
But John has given up more innings of 5 runs or more than any pitcher in Mets history. 3 times in a row, 15 times in his career now, John Nice has given up at least 5 runs in an inning. Mets are going to make a pitching change here, and it looks like Terry Collins is going to make a double switch as well. So that's the way John Nice's start ends after 3 1/3. Most important game he's ever started as a Met. It started well and ends poorly. Nice out, Torres in, 5-3.
And this is something you never see from Dan Worthen, who's always calm, cool, and collected. Disgusted.
6 days since Carlos Torres has been in a game. He comes in to face Anthony Rendon with a runner at second and 1 out. Ruben Tejada in the game at short. He'll bat 9th. Wilmer Flores moves to second. Kelly Johnson comes out of the game. And so Torres will hit 7th in the batting order.
I think for your folks at home, you're saying to yourself, why would you take out Kelly Johnson? He said a home run off Scherzer. He was the extra bat that you needed against Max. Well, you need some length from Carlos Torres, and that's the reason.
So you double switch him in so he can pitch at least 2 and maybe 3 innings.
You know, when you have a start like this, Gary, and you start to talk about it in the dugout, you know what the players think? Please get out of my face. Go talk to someone else. I don't want to hear it. That's how it goes.
That is 4 straight starts now. John has given up 5 or more runs. He had the start in Colorado that he won despite giving up 7. And now the 2 against the Phillies, and this one where he had a 3-0 lead. And again, unable to hold it. And now Torres behind Rendon, 3-1 with Harper waiting on deck. Here's a strike.
I maybe should explain that. when a pitcher has a bad game and he comes in and he's talking, a lot of it comes from the adrenaline coming off the mound, and you're upset. But your fellow teammates are not being bad teammates. They just don't want to hear it. There's a lot of games to be played. You're out. Get away, and let's concentrate on what's going on in the field.
Remove yourself.
Yeah. It's hard, but that's how it goes.
Go down the tunnel and vent by yourself.
If you're not part of the solution, please move.
Worth at second and 1 out. Rendon, the 8th man up in the inning, and he goes down on strikes. Good fastball by Torres. He really muscled up on that 4-seamer.
Well, we've seen glimpses of this beautiful cutter that we saw all season long last year. So you know it's there. It's just execution has to be a little better for Carlos, and they need him in this game.
So that's the 2nd out of the inning. Now do you walk Harper intentionally with the red-hot Zimmerman on deck?
I still would.
And the Mets will. So Zimmerman's already 2 for 2, and he's hit in 11 straight games at a nearly 500 clip. And Harper, especially with a right-hander on the mound, the more visible threat. And so the Mets will walk him intentionally. Now you go into a series saying, this is the guy we don't want to beat us.
Except now they have a few people who can beat you. That's the problem for the Nationals that they didn't have earlier in the season when they had a lot of injuries.
And there's ball 4 to Harper. His 108th walk of the season. See the numbers on Harper, presented by DraftKings. Play Deadly Fantasy Baseball for free on DraftKings.com. Enter promo code NYN for free entry.
Well, that looks like you get the big trophy when you have a year like that, Gary.
It's going to be hard to beat.
You got to wear a tux and they give you the big trophy.
So an enormous batter here for Torres, trying to tourniquet this inning. Zimmerman is single to left, single to right. He's the 10th man up in the inning. His single to right field opened this 4th inning against Nice, and now Torres trying to bring it to an end. Zimmerman's been far less effective against right-hand pitching than he has been against lefties, but he's done well against Torres. 3 for 9 with a home run. Worth at second, Harper at first, and 2 out. And now Torres behind 2-0. 2-1.
Well, same kind of inning that Jonathan has had when he's pitched his worst this year. He just cannot get away from that one crooked number that kills his starts. 15 times now in his career as a Met, he's given up 5 runs or more in an inning.
And Torres misses with the cutter and falls behind 3-1.
When hitters are hot, they just are pigeonholing the pitches. That ball was 2 inches off the plate. Zimmerman took it like there was a foot off the plate. Seeing the ball as well as you can see, although he didn't know the count, just asked the umpire if it was 3-1.
Three and 2. Worth at second. Harper at first gets set to run. 3-2 to Zimmerman, and he popped it up. David Wright waiting for it to come down. Side retired, but 10 Nats came to bat, and 5 of them scored. 4 on one big swing off the bat of Wilson Ramos. The Met killer with another Met kill. Second career grand slam. 5-3 Nats after 4. Fifth inning. It's been quite an eventful day already. Mets now down 5-3, and Wilmer Flores takes a fastball for a strike from Max Scherzer, who is suddenly refreshed. He trailed 3-0 when he last left the mound. Now he has a 2-run lead. Flores took a call third strike his first time up. Ruben Tejada on deck, and Scherzer quickly ahead 0-2. Scherzer threw 70 pitches through the first 4 innings. Gave up 3 solo home runs. But he's allowed only 1 other hit. A ball and 2 strikes to Flores. Tejada's hitting 9th in the order. He came in the double switch when Nice exited and Torres came in. Granderson due up 3rd in the inning against Scherzer. And Flores tries to hold, and he went around strike 3. He knew it. 6 strikeouts for Scherzer. 1 down to the 5th.
Well, in the offseason, when you hear about the numbers that go around of salaries for these pitchers, you say to yourself, how can you pay a man this much money? Well, you pay him for these games right here, where he struggled early. He's got a 2-run lead. Does he close it?
Here's Tejada up for the first time today. Ruben started yesterday, was on base 3 times with 2 walks and an infield hit. To Ruben. Well, those are the last 5 years for Scherzer. Lifetime 102 wins, 61 defeats.
Started out in the Arizona organization, their #1 pick.
You remember his debut? That's grounded over the bag. A fair ball for Tejada going down the line. Ruben will get 2 bases out of this. So Tejada, first at bat in the game after being brought in the double switch, has his 20th double of the year.
Well, the batter Kelly Johnson out, Tejada in, and he catches a breaking ball that stays on the inside part of the plate and right down the line for a double.
So the Mets get the tying run to the plate with Curtis Granderson, who's hit the ball well twice today. Had the Sun-aided double to left in the first, and then a liner to right that Harper found after a 360-degree spin. And Scherzer misses one at his feet for ball 1. Granderson now 6 hits in 18 career at bats against Scherzer. So this is a guy who's hit well. 2 former Tigers going head to head. He would have never intersected in Detroit, right?
No.
Curtis would have been in New York by the time Scherzer got to the Tigers.
You were talking about that relief performance in his first game for the Diamondbacks. Did he strike out like 8 or 9 in 4 innings or something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He really announced himself on the scene. Friday relives some of the most exciting Mets moments as we count down the best thrillers, walk-offs, and nail-biters from the 2008 season on Amazing Finishes 2008. Friday at 6 only on SNY. Granderson pulls one, fair ball going down the line all the way into the corner. That'll score Tejada. Granderson racing for second, and he'll pull in there. Back-to-back doubles for Tejada and Granderson, and the Mets are back within a run. It's now 5-4.
Well, this is not the same Scherzer that the Mets saw in April, and there's a lot of fight in these Mets since July 31st. And you talked about Granderson, his first 2 at-bats, hitting the ball hard. This one, finally, the connection for a hit. Hits that ball early and down the line and past Zimmerman, his first year as a first baseman.
30th double of the year for Granderson. Tying run at second and 1 out. David Wright, the batter. David's been up twice, flied out both times. And the slider well out of the strike zone. Well, the Mets have 6 hits in this game, 5 for extra bases, and that's kind of the way things have been going lately for this team. Doubles and home runs galore. And not a hint of action as yet in the Nationals bullpen. Scherzer trying to get through the 5th with a lead. Goes right back to the slider, 1-1. Daniel Murphy waits on deck.
Well, this was his best fastball all day. Threw this right by David on that outside corner.
Scherzer has struck out 6 today, clinging to a 1-run lead in the 5th. Wright has to jump back. 2-2. 84 pitches already for Scherzer, with 1 out of the 5th. For 108 in 6 innings in his last start in St. Louis. Working on regular rest. Granderson at second and 1 out. And Wright fouls it off.
The elite pitchers, you know, they don't have their best stuff, Gary, to me, when there's not a lot of swing and misses. And that's what you've seen here from Scherzer and the Mets offense.
Coming into this day against right-hand hitters, Scherzer, 120 strikeouts, 7 walks. Are you kidding? That's like video games. Ground ball down to third. Escobar handles the hop and throws out right, 2 away. Well, the national staff was supposed to be their fail-safe. Scherzer got off to the great start, has struggled lately, and everybody else has only been kind of so-so this year.
Yeah, Doug Fister's out of the rotation. Tanner Roark they sent to the minor leagues to stretch him out to be in the rotation.
Looks like they may bump Ross out of there because of fatigue and put Roark in going forward. The Nats did confirm today, by the way, that Strasburg is going to face the Mets on Wednesday. He had been sort of tentative with the back issues he's been dealing with. It's always something. Tying run at second and 2 out. Murphy up. And Daniel takes it low, ball 1. I found it very interesting today, the comments from the Nationals owner justifying again how they shut down Strasburg in 2012 and talking about how he's been healthy ever since. Really? Maybe his elbow, but how about everything else?
Exactly.
Come on.
I mean, it's just nonsense sometimes.
Everybody in baseball understands what they did. And they've been trying to justify it for 3 years.
Don't justify it. Your play on the field in September will show.
Two and out to Murphy with Cespedes on deck. The way Cespedes is swinging the bat, you figure Murph has to see something good to hit here. And Murph pulls one down to first, and Zimmerman, playing the line, makes the play to retire the side. Mets get one back on back-to-back doubles by Tejada and Granderson halfway through. 5-4 Nats. with 3 solo home runs, but the grand slam by Wilson Ramos put the Nats in front. Mets responded in the 5th with a run and trail 5-4 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Carlos Torres came in to get the final 2 outs in the 4th. Stays on to face Yunel Escobar and misses the curveball for ball 1. Escobar, an infield hit in the middle of that 5-run 4th for the Nats. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Desmond and Ramos to follow. And Escobar pulls one toward the hole, and that sneaks through for a base hit. Second hit of the day for Escobar. That's a ball that in his prime David Wright dives for and has a chance to make a play on.
I'm surprised that he didn't dive for that. I'm wondering if he's thinking in his mind that he's not going to dive on baseball. Gave up on that pretty quickly.
Yep. You're talking about a 2-time Gold Glover who has a serious back condition, and you know we're still only getting the lay of the land as far as the player that David can be now with this condition, and I think that gives you a little bit of a hint. Ian Desmond takes outside for ball 1. Desmond has singled and walked today. He scored a run. Ian Desmond, when he was drafted as a Montreal Expo. The last one left in the organization. 2004, the final year in Montreal before they moved here to Washington in 2005 with Ron Darling in tow.
That's right. I was just thinking that I guess because I played for 2 weeks for the Expos, that makes me part of the Washington Nationals, right?
You should
history
should be on their Ring of
Fame.
No. I'm glad that they've got the Montreal guys there. Lined right at the shortstop, and it goes off Tejada's glove. Should have been the easiest of outs, and I don't know what happened to Ruben. But 2 playable balls, and the Nats have 2 men on to start the bottom of the 5th.
To me, it looked like he took his eye off the ball because he was going to make the out at first base and have a double play. Line drive right at him. He saw the runner at first base, Escobar, and he just took his eye off it because he wanted to get down and make that throw. Didn't look it into the glove.
Are you kidding me? They just gave him a base hit. Come on. That's a joke.
Homerville.
That's an error.
You got to make that play. See where his eyes are? Not looking at the glove. He's looking at first base.
So back-to-back soft hits. And now Ramos up with 2 men on. Coming off the grand slam his last at bat. And he pokes one foul. You know, the Mets haven't had a lot of defensive issues to deal with over the last couple of months since they've shored things up. But defense has bitten them a couple of times here today in this big game. Double play not turned back in the 2nd did not cost them a run. A couple of plays not made here in the 5th. They're hoping they won't. Ramos pops one up foul. That'll come back out of play. 0-2. So on the 4th, bases loaded, nobody out. And Ramos hits the curveball over the bullpen.
You want your curveball to be sharp. That just rolled up there.
13th home run of the year for Ramos. 2nd career grand slam, and his 10th career home run against the Mets. He's got him to ground into a double play his first time up. Torres could use one of those. Escobar at 2nd, Desmond at 1st, and nobody out. And Ramos pops one up a mile high into shallow center. Cespedes shading his eyes. Granderson over to help, and Cespedes stays with it to make the catch. Granderson came racing over thinking Cespedes was having trouble.
Yeah, that was the part. The good hustle by Curtis. Now, You don't like to see this happen in the outfield. But Curtis called it because he initially saw Cespedes look up and kind of not find the baseball, but Cespedes finally did. And the kind of body that Cespedes has, Granderson just bounced off him.
Yeah. It's like hitting a wall. So that's the first out of the inning. And now Michael Taylor, who had a base hit and scored a run in the fourth. He scored the final run in that 5-run fourth inning against John Neese. First and second and 1 out. And Taylor fouls one back.
You know, Gary, you never know what events will transpire during your season. But Denard Span being hurt has certainly hurt these Washington Nationals. But they wouldn't have been able to see the kind of player that Michael Taylor might become.
Taylor brings a lot to the table. He strikes out a ton, but he's been a real clutch hitter for them this year. 14 home runs, and he's hitting .350 with runners in scoring position.
60 ribbies.
And it's on the corner. Carlos gets ahead 0-2. And we've already seen, we saw right from the beginning of his career, the way that he can play defense.
He hit his home run in his debut for the Nationals against the Mets.
Yep. Max Scherzer on deck. So he's not going anywhere yet. Scherzer has stumbled his way through 5 innings, but has a lead. And ready to take a turn at bat with nobody up in the Nats bullpen. 0-2 from Torres. Popped up foul. That'll come back into the seats. Escobar at second, Desmond at first, and 1 out. Things get tied for Carlos, you can always kick one over to Murphy. Not sure if that or the Cologne play the other night qualifies as the greatest play by a Met pitcher this year.
Well, you've had 3 oh wow moments this year. The Cespedes throw from left center field, the play with Torres and Murphy, and then the backhanded play by Cologne. All worthy of them, by the way.
That's a lot of wow. 1-2 coming. Little tapper. Torres off the mound with the glove flip gets the out. And Torres showing off another skill. And wait a second, is he shaken up? Torres limping as he walks back toward his position. Well, that's bad.
As he bent down for this ball and he shovels it over, you can see his hamstring or something tightened up. He's got great speed. He gets to the ball, but watch that. As soon as he let that ball go, it's like you hope it's a cramp and not a pull.
Ray Ramirez, Terry Collins out to have a look, but it's hard to believe that Torres is going to be able to stay in this game. He's already looking at his lineup card, trying to figure out who to go to next. You got the pitcher coming up and 2 out. So who you go to here is probably not of great importance. It's what you're going to do next. So that's why Terry's taking his time trying to figure out what to do. But clearly Torres is coming out of the game.
Yeah, he can barely walk off the mound.
Oh. Can't put much pressure on that left leg. You can see it turning very awkwardly as he walks off with Ray Ramirez. So the Mets will bring a new pitcher into the game, and whoever it is will get as much time as he needs to get ready. 5-4 Washington in the 5th. We'll be right back. last few years, it's been a very competitive season series between the Mets and Nats. Mets have won 7 of 13, and they've got a 4-game lead over Washington, starting this crucial 3-game series with 4 weeks to go in the season. Let's look at today's Verizon trivia question. What duo of Mets starting pitchers, capitalized, mind you, starting pitchers,
wow,
hold the lowest combined single season ERA? Okay. Check out the Jets blog for a training camp wrap-up, in-depth analysis of the final roster, and up-to-the-minute news as the Jets get ready for their season opener against the Browns on the Jets blog, featured on SNY.TV, your online home of all things New York sports. Look at the T-Mobile Data Strong fan of the game photo. And it comes from Heath. Very nice. It's always good to get Mr. Med in the shot. One with a cute smile. Well, Eric Goodell will get as long as he needs to warm up. Carlos Torres coming out of the game because of injury.
Well, I'm going to have to stop counting because I was counting his pitches. I've never, ever watched a pitcher come in and count all his pitches. 15 he threw to get warmed up and before he went on the mound and started throwing hard. So.
Well, we always talk about these circumstances, especially with a young pitcher. You've got 50,000 people and millions watching at home and all your teammates standing around with absolutely nothing to do until you're ready. And the tendency is to shortchange yourself actually being ready.
Well, I think there's a couple of things that you can do. One, I think you want to warm up like you would warm up for a game. Second, and most important, I think if you're the bullpen coach, Ricky Bones, you should have a plan. If any of you guys have to come into a game in the middle of a game because of injury, have a plan to get ready for that inning and work on that plan. Think about it in your head.
Well, a lot has gone wrong for the Mets already this afternoon. They had a 3-0 lead. They've had some questionable defense, and John Neese had another meltdown inning. Now, the pitcher they brought in to try and get length out of, they double switched Torres into the game, can only give them an inning and a third because he leaves because of injury. And now it's Goodell who has to pick up the reins and try and keep the Mets in this game.
Well, luckily for Goodell, he has to face the pitcher Scherzer, who should be an easier out. I think the wind machine there producing some moisture for the fans. Well, I think coming into this game, the Mets offense has provided exactly what you wanted. The long ball, they've looked good. They've scored 4 runs here up to the 5th inning. But Ramos, not one bad pitch, but the walks, I think, really hurt Neese.
Goodell wound up the losing pitcher in Miami on Friday night. Gave up the leadoff hit in the 11th inning. Martin Prado eventually got the winning hit off Eric O'Flaherty, but Goodell suffered the loss. So we'll see whether for Goodell this is just a one-batter affair or whether he'll go longer, because the pitcher spot for the Mets is due up 4th in the next half inning. So this might just be Goodell asked to get Scherzer out and then somebody else pitches in the 6th. We'll see. Of course, you have expanded rosters, but you don't have unlimited arms in that bullpen. Yeah. Tyler Clippard is off limits today after he pitched 2 innings last night. So to 2nd and 3rd and 2 out. Scherzer has walked and sacrificed today. He has 10 hits this year, and he hits the first one sharply, but right at Flores, and that is the 3rd out. So Goodell does his warm-ups, throws 1 pitch, gets it out. Now the Mets will try and fight back down by a run. Yoenis Cespedes has already contributed with a home run tonight. He'll lead off in the 6th, where the Mets down 5-4. 3 here in Washington. Night games tomorrow and Wednesday. Then the Mets go to Atlanta to face the hapless Braves, who've lost 12 in a row and 19 of 20. Braves are in Philadelphia trying to snap that streak today. And then it's home to play the Marlins, the Yankees, and then another series with the Braves on the next homestand. Mets down a run. Max Scherzer still out there pitching as we go to the 6th. Yoenis Cespedes has hit one of the 3 solo home runs for the Mets today. His 31st of the year. The bullpen phone looking like an old-fashioned
That's right.
telephone booth.
Do you need a quarter?
Maybe only a dime. It was recently installed by Drew Storen to jazz the place up out there in the bullpen.
Really? There was a while there after they traded for Papelbon. He didn't want that phone at all.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know whether it's the presence of Papelbon or not, but Storen lately has been awful.
Yeah.
It's one of the problems that the Nats are trying to work through is the deficiencies in their bullpen. That bullpen all of a sudden is on call, with Scherzer working in the 6th. Cespedes drives this one to the gap in left center field, and that ball bounces off the wall. Cespedes racing to second. He's in standing with a leadoff double. He is just an extra base hit machine. His 71st extra base hit of the season and his 2nd of the day.
Is it me, or every time he makes contact, the ball is a bullet off his bat? Hanging slider there from Scherzer, and one hopped off the wall, barehanded by Taylor, but no chance at second.
So the Mets have the tying run in scoring position with nobody out, and Michael Conforto coming up. Blake Treinen, the right-hander, Matt Thornton, the left-hander, up in the Washington bullpen. Conforto homered back in the 2nd inning, the first run of the day.
Cespedes just generates so much power. Classic form. Let's go of that bat. I mean, as pretty a swing as you'll see from a right-handed hitter.
Good swing by Conforto, and he fouls it back. Well, the Mets have 7 hits on the day, 4 doubles, 3 home runs.
You know, Gary, this is you did not get a well-pitched game from your starting pitcher. But what an opportunity this is to try to come back in this game.
Travis d'Arnaud on deck, the pitcher spot behind him. Desmond trying to keep Cespedes close at second. And Conforto hits one in the air to right center. Harper shading his eyes. Cespedes tagging. Will he challenge him? No. Not hit deep enough. And Cespedes walking back into the bag and almost got surprised by Desmond.
He knew where Desmond was. Well, you can't go on Harper here at second base. Can't take the chance. And he knew where Desmond was. He saw him in the corner of his eye. Well, this is a play that sometimes you'll see the right fielder throw the ball right at second base.
It's funny, the reaction of the crowd. They saw Desmond creeping up behind Cespedes.
I wonder if the crowd alerted Cespedes.
Maybe. Anyway, 1 out, and now d'Arnaud, who's grounded to short and fly to center. Kirk Neuenhuis has come out on deck as a pinch hitter, with the pitcher due up next. Cespedes dancing off second, and Scherzer balked. It's a balk, and Cespedes goes to third. That is a cagey play by Yoenis Cespedes, coaxing the balk from Scherzer.
Matt Williams went out there like he was going to say something. There was nothing to say. See how that his hands just a little bit. He holds his hands very high, and he saw you're supposed to step off as a pitcher. He never stepped off. His hands twitched a little bit. Good call by Estabrook.
First balk of the season for Scherzer. The infield comes in with the tying run at third. And d'Arnaud lines one to left field. Coming on hard as Worth slides, and he makes the catch. Here comes Cespedes. The throw to the plate, not in time. Cespedes steals a run, and the Mets get even at 5. Cespedes coaxes the balk to get to third, comes home on the short sacrifice fly by d'Arnaud, and the Mets are back even.
What's interesting about this play is that if Worth doesn't have to go to the ground, he probably has a play at home. But once he went down, no play for the speedy Cespedes. Cespedes didn't go back right away. He thought it was a hit, but then he scurried back and timed it perfectly. And when he wants to, he's got an extra gear.
Oh, yes, he does. And now with the Mets having tied the game, 2 out and nobody on, they'll let Eric Goodell hit for himself. Goodell came in and got the final out in the last half inning, and so he'll continue on into the bottom of the 6th. Well, Cespedes carrying this team right now. There have been plenty of other contributions, but his have been first and foremost. That ball got into the stands in a hurry. Goodell with his first plate appearance of the season. And he keeps it alive. In fact, this is the first plate appearance of Eric's career. And he makes contact. Desmond to his left, throws him out, side retired. But the Mets get even. Cespedes a double, coaxes the balk, comes home to even the game. 5-5 in the 6th. Duo of Mets starting pitchers have the lowest single season ERA. It's either you and Doc or Seaver and Kuzman. No, it's neither one.
Sid.
How about Sid sneaking into the mix? He had a better ERA than you did that year?
I had 2.8, struggled bad year.
2.8. Cy Young worthy some years. Well, Eric Goodell got an out in the 5th. And now he'll stay on for the 6th to face the top of the Nats batting order. Now the Mets went to the bullpen in the 4th. Got an inning in the 3rd out of Carlos Torres before he left because of injury. Keep in mind, Tyler Clippard went 2 innings yesterday and is unavailable today. So if you're Terry Collins, how do you structure your bullpen from here?
Well, it's going to be an interesting thing. You have the 9th inning with Familia if you've got the lead, but I think that got to be a little shy of Bobby Parnell the way he's pitched lately in these close games. Hansel Robles has been a guy that Terry has gone to in the close games. O'Flaherty's going to be in to get Harper out at some point in a close game.
Interesting that Robles is up now. You would have figured him as the 7th inning guy today, and it's not O'Flaherty but Dario Alvarez who gets up in the bullpen, who has yet to make an appearance in the major leagues this year. So things getting a little strange with the bullpen today, with Nice having lasted only 3 1/3. Jason Worth chased him out of the game with a 4th inning RBI double, and Goodell, using that splitter, gets even 1-1.
It's a pitch that really he picked up right before he hurt his elbow, and it's been a real good pitch against lefties and righties for Goodell.
You wonder, though, does that contribute at all to the elbow problems he's had? Fastball inside 2-1. We got the word on Carlos Torres, strained left calf, and that probably is not a good thing.
No.
Trying to make a play, which he did, and came up limping and had to leave the game immediately. Worth hits one to deep left center field, but it's playable in the gap, and Cespedes gets there to make the catch. So Goodell retires the first batter in the 6th.
Is it me or is Cespedes everywhere today?
Well, the Mets lead him to be.
Remember, it was Dario Alvarez last year who had his breakout season. Came up with the Mets. Wasn't that effective, but he's the left-handed specialist they've been waiting for all year since Jerry Blevins broke his arm.
It would be a real stretch, wouldn't it, to bring him into this game to face Harper? I mean, you'd love to get him a baptism at some point before you throw him head first into the fire.
A baptism, bar mitzvah, whatever it takes.
Rendon is 0 for 2 in a walk today. Struck out his last time up against Torres. And he flies one down the line. A long one for Granderson into foul territory and beyond his reach. It's not quite as dangerous as the one at Citi Field, but you still got that jutting sidewall as you come down that right field line.
Always surprised that they don't build up that section just a little bit so the fence is a little higher, you know, like 5 feet or so. That would protect the athlete from toppling over.
Rendon fouls one away.
And Dominic Brown knows that firsthand, right?
Now, part of that is stadium construction. You want to build as many rows of seats as you can, so if you make the fence higher, then the pitch of the stands is different. Yeah. Harper looming on deck. 1-2 from Goodell, and it's low and away to Rendon. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. A huge start for Matt Harvey, and he'll be going up against Jordan Zimmerman. 6 o'clock for coverage tomorrow right here on SNY. I mean, it's a big enough game anyway.
Yeah.
For Matt, the most important game he will have pitched in his major league career, but with all that has gone on over the last 72 hours and all the conversation and the back and forth and the upset and the social media response and all that Matt has both said and listened to, I can't even imagine what's going to be roiling through his brain tomorrow night. And how that will affect his performance for better or for worse.
Well, we've seen him be able to separate it in the past, but I don't think there's ever been a hailstorm like this one.
Rendon hits one out to left, and Conforto is there. 2 out.
He needs a boy in the plastic bubble moment. He needs to get in that plastic bubble, not read anything, not talk to anyone, and just be ready for tomorrow.
And, you know, not only the conversation is Terry Collins is coming out, and it looks like Dario Alvarez is going to get the assignment of facing Bryce Harper. It's also knowing that the start tomorrow might be a second to last of the season. Got a lot to prove in a short period of time. Pitching change for the Mets in the 6th in a 5-5 game. We'll be right back to Washington. about Bryce Harper having himself a career year, potential National League MVP, and that'll be the first man that Dario Alvarez faces in the major leagues in 2015.
You know, he only had a little bit of work last season. He's a guy, though, that always, the last 2 years, lots of strikeouts and lots of walks.
62 strikeouts in 42 innings at AA and AAA this year. They say he's got a great slider. Mets didn't really see that in the big leagues last year in those 4 brief appearances. Faces Harper with 2 out and nobody on in a tie game in the bottom of the 6th. And the fastball just missed. 2-0.
Only 89 miles an hour there, so he's not a hard thrower. It's that slider he wants to get to. Be a good time to be able to throw it for a strike right now.
Harper's 0 for 2 and a walk. And the slider out of the strike zone, and now it's 3-0. And this is a dangerous moment for Dario Alvarez. This, I'm sure, will be a one-batter affair for him. Hansel Robles is getting ready for Zimmerman, who's on deck.
I would say that Harper's not swinging here only because he doesn't know Alvarez.
And he takes a strike. You're right. Only 89 on that fastball. That's. I don't think that's where he normally tops out.
I ended my career throwing 89. It doesn't work. But he's got that great slider.
Alvarez, 26 years old, native of the Dominican Republic. Came out of the Phillies organization. 3-1 to Harper. And he swings and pops one up in foul ground. Wright coming over for a look, but it's in the crowd. So Alvarez has battled his way back to a full count. Robles ready to go for what follows.
I mean, what a baptism, like you said. If he's able to get Harper out and he becomes a big part of your bullpen down the stretch out of nowhere.
Well, you hope whatever happens here, he keeps him in the ballpark.
Yeah.
3-2. And Harper goes down on the slider. Strike 3. Dario Alvarez strikes out Bryce Harper. First man he faces in the big leagues, and he puts up a big K for the Mets in the 6th. On to the 7th, tied at 5. Comes in to strike out Bryce Harper.
Well, it was the only slider that was close, and he threw it 3-2. And you see the rotation and spin on that slider. Very late breaker and great for Alvarez. Great for the Mets.
Well, we were told he had a great slider. That's really the first one we've seen. And if he can keep doing that, he'll get more chances against the good left-hand hitters. Now Wilmer Flores leads off against Blake Treinen in the 7th.
Treinen's got a good breaking ball. He's got a good sinker. Been up and down a couple of times.
Flores takes one the other way foul. 0-2. Wilmer has been up twice, struck out both times against Max Scherzer. Scherzer was not at his best today. Went 6 innings, allowed 5 runs, 7 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts, a wild pitch, 3 home runs, and a balk. Yeah, partridge in a pear tree. Felipe Rivero up. 4 lefties in that Nationals bullpen. Slider out of the zone, 1-2.
Both managers managing this game, like you said, like a postseason game. Treinen will be in to face the 2 right-handers. And then Rivera will be in to face Granderson.
One and 2 to Flores. Trying to throw on hard. 97 miles an hour.
He throws extremely hard, and when he's got that sink working, although it looks like he's throwing more of a 4-seamer today, maybe trying to stay within the strike zone a little better.
Again the 1-2, and Flores again fouls it off. Ruben Tejada on deck. Mets were up 3-0 after solo homers by Conforto, Johnson, and Cespedes. But a grand slam off the bat of Wilson Ramos turned the game around. Nats scored 5 in the 4th inning off John Neese. Mets able to get a run in the 5th and a run in the 6th to tie. And it's lined into right center. A base hit for Flores, headed toward the gap. Cut off by Harper, and Flores will stop at first. Well, the Mets are very aware of Bryce Harper's arm. We've seen it several times today. And Flores settling for a leadoff single.
We saw it with Granderson not tagging up on the right fly ball in the 1st inning. We saw it with Cespedes not tagging up at second base. And here Flores, any other right fielder, or just about any other right fielder, this is a double. But because of the arm of Harper, shuts it down at first.
So now Ruben Tejada, and the question is, will Terry Collins have him bunt? Would you consider playing hit and run?
Treinen, to me, does not throw enough strikes to hit and run off him.
They're not looking for the bunt, but he is bunting. Gets it back to the mound where Treinen goes to second, and it's just in time. It looked like Treinen changed his mind in midstream and threw a bullet to Desmond, and they just get Flores cutting down the lead man for the first down.
Boy, that's a play that you never see happen. It's almost like he changed his mind in midstream. Someone was yelling 2. He changed his mind, and like you said, that ball usually always ends up in center field, and he throws a strike.
Well, that is a game-changing play right there. It's going to be the last play Treinen makes, but a huge one to get the lead runner and keep the lead run at first base. Treinen exits. Rivero will come on to face Granderson in a 5-5 game in the 7th. We'll be right back to D.C. Curtis Granderson facing Felipe Rivero, takes low and away for ball one.
Well, Rivero's been outstanding for this team all season long. Great arm. Came here from Tampa Bay in the trade for Jose Lobaton, their backup catcher.
Look at that walk number. 6 walks in 37 innings for a young left-hander. Very unusual. And an unusual play by Blake Treinen a moment ago to get a big out.
Well, the bunt was a little too hard, but Ramos, the catcher, had to be yelling too because he changed his mind and gets Flores at second base. Flores did everything right. He just doesn't have great speed.
And nobody would know that better than Wilson Ramos, who is a fellow countryman of Flores's, and he made the right call. 1-1 to Granderson, and it's taken outside. So Treinen faced 2 batters. Now Rivero. They've got the right-hander Casey Jansen ready for David Wright on deck. And the lefty Sammy Solis was getting ready a moment ago for Murphy, who follows Wright. So Matt Williams ready to go right left as far as he needs to in this inning.
September baseball. Joke.
2-1 to Granderson, who has 2 doubles today. And he takes it outside. So Rivero, who rarely walks anybody, is behind on Granderson, 3-1. And now Matt Thornton is the lefty up in the bullpen. Jansen has been warming for a while, so he's probably ready to go. I mentioned Matt Williams has 4 lefties in his bullpen. His 8th inning guy is Drew Storen. He's got Jonathan Papelbon for the 9th, but he's trying to negotiate the 7th with multiple arms. 3-1 though to Granderson. It's a hot at first and 1 out, and Curtis fouls it away.
The 7th inning seems to be the Achilles heel for most teams in the major leagues, other than maybe the Pirates and the Kansas City Royals.
Maybe the Yankees.
And then the Yankees.
Justin Wilson for that 7th in front of Betances and Miller.
And Betances can go, multiple innings.
3-2 with 1 out. Tejada at first. Granderson strikes out a lot, so you don't expect him to run, and he doesn't. And Granderson fouls it off. Granderson 134 strikeouts this year. But boy, has he had a good season. His 2 doubles today give him 30 doubles for the year to go with 23 home runs. But he has struggled against lefties. Facing a tough one here in Rivero. Again, the 3-2. And it's inside, ball 4, and the Mets have 2 men on. So Granderson picks up his 72nd walk of the year, and let's see whether Matt Williams makes another switch with Wright coming up. And here he comes. So it's going to be a mix and match inning. Rivero out, Jansen coming in. 5-5 in the 7th. We'll be right back. that kind of summer event. By State Farm. Today's State Farm agent of the game is Pat Cauley of Glendale, New York. Contact Pat at patcauley.com. And by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball. 33-year-old Casey Johnson comes in to face David Wright with 2 men on.
Well, did most of his work in Toronto. Has come over. He doesn't throw awfully hard. Got good sink, and his slider is his major weapon against righties.
David is 1 for 3 with a home run in his career against Jansen. Tejada the lead run at second. Granderson at first with 1 out. 5-5 game in the 7th. And Wright takes inside, ball 1. They are presenting a major hole on the right side of the infield for David.
Well, Zimmerman is playing a little bit towards the line, and you can see Rendon is holding the runner on Tejada. Really no need to do that. I mean, you want to let Tejada know that you're a little close so he won't get a big jump to score, but he doesn't have a lot of speed, so you know he's not going to steal.
Jansen, the 3rd pitcher of the inning for the Nats. Trinan faced 2 batters. Rivera 1. Still only 1 out. And David fouls one off the fists. And now it's 1-2. Daniel Murphy waiting on deck. They got a left-hander, Matt Thornton, getting ready in the bullpen to face him. So possibly just a 1-batter affair for Jansen. Wright is 0 for 3 today. And David lines one. Base hit! Tejada held up, racing for third. He's going to be waved around. The throw by Taylor to the plate is knocked away. Tejada scores. Granderson stops at third. David Wright gives the Mets the lead. An RBI single for the captain, and it's 6-5 New York in the 7th.
Well, first, nice hitting. He was trying to be jammed here by Jansen. Didn't get the ball in. Tejada did the right thing. He had to freeze on the line drive. But Tim Tuffle took a chance and sent him. And I thought this throw by Taylor was going to get Tejada at the plate. But Escobar somehow puts his glove on it and stops the throw. Tejada freezes. Then he gets going. Tuffle waves him along. He cuts the bag very well. And then Escobar gets his hand on the relay. Bad play. Boy, we really saw the arm of Taylor. Let that ball go. Go-ahead run.
David Wright comes through and drives in the go-ahead run. Another pitching change for the Nationals. They'll bring in the lefty to face Murphy. 6-5 Mets in the 7th. We'll be right back. Matt Thornton, who will be 39 next week, comes in to face Daniel Murphy. First and third, one out.
Well, Thornton, the veteran, you said 39. He still throws as hard as he did when he was with the Chicago White Sox. Still brings it up there 95 plus.
Fourth reliever of the inning for the Nationals. Still only one out. Mets have taken the lead here in the seventh. And Murphy jumps back 2-0. David Wright with a huge hit. Biggest hit he's had since 2008.
He needed that.
Murphy trying to pick up Granderson from third. Ahead in the count 2-0. And he fouls it back. 2-1.
Well, fastball is supposed to be in. Caught a little bit too much of the plate. And Desmond just out of his reach. Bullet by David.
Run charge to Blake Trinan. He's now pitcher of record on the short side. Granderson at third, Wright at first with one out. Murphy 0 for 3 today in his return to the lineup. And takes just off the plate. And now it's 3-1.
No safety net for Thornton either. No one up in that bullpen for Cespedes.
Well, Cespedes has struggled at times against lefties, although he's looked better lately. 3-1 to Murphy. And Murph pulls one foul. 3-2. So now are you sending Wright in this spot to try and stay out of the double play?
Murphy is a guy that's almost impossible to strike out. Yes, you do.
And Thornton, despite his velocity, only 21 strikeouts in 34 innings this year. Wright is not running, and Murphy pokes one foul. That was a little surprising.
You know, we mentioned before about Wright not diving on one of the balls to his left. Is this another way of trying to protect that bat?
Or did he miss a sign?
I think you have to run here.
Short lead for David. Not going. Murphy flies one out to left. That should get the run in. Worth is there. Makes the catch. Here comes Granderson. The throw goes to second. Sacrifice fly for Daniel Murphy, and it's 7-5 New York. Big at bat for Murphy as he drives in his 59th run of the year. The Mets have 2 runs home here in the seventh.
Boy, that was a good at bat by the Murph. Not easy off the left-handed throwing Thornton. He worked the count. Got it to 3-2. And put that ball in play.
So now Cespedes will get a turn at bat against the lefty. Yoenis today with a home run and a double. He scored the tying run in the sixth after doubling, coaxing a balk from Max Scherzer and coming home on a short sacrifice fly by d'Arnaud. Mets have scored now in 4 straight innings. What a difference in this Mets offense.
Right?
It's unbelievable. I mean, we came into the broadcast talking about how both these teams, who were so reliant on their pitching for much of the season, all of a sudden are not pitching well but producing lots of offense, and it's gone exactly that way today.
2 months ago, the Mets trailing 5-3. Game is over. Over.
Not anymore. Slider in on Cespedes, 1-1. Well, they were last in the league in runs scored before they started adding offense, and first in the league in almost every offensive category since the Johnson and Uribe deal.
6 runs a game.
We had a Johnson, Uribe, Conforto, Cespedes, d'Arnaud, and Wright came back healthy, and everything has changed. But this guy has changed it the most. Cespedes today with his 13th home run as a Met, his 11th in the last 17 games.
Been in the American League his entire career. He's come over here, and the entire National League knows about him now.
All too well. Thornton trying to keep it in on him, and he misses again. It's 3-1. Most home runs in a 17-game span. Only Gary Carter and the first Frank Thomas have done that. And now Cespedes joins that group. Right at first and 2 out. And Cespedes drives one to right center. Harper races over. It's over his head and up against the wall. Wright going to third. He's being waved home. The relay throw by Rendon to the plate. Wright slides. He's safe. 8-5 New York. Cespedes with his third extra base hit of the day. Drives home Wright from first with a double, and it's 8-5 New York.
You can see the ball popping around in right field. Good relay by Harper to Rendon, and that made this play close at the plate. But David, instead of sliding like a lot of players do with that arm touching back later, slid straight in with his foot and beat the tag.
Thought there was a moment's hesitation on Rendon's part releasing that ball home, which might have cost him. But David with a terrific slide going straight in beats the tag from Ramos. Cespedes with a home run and 2 doubles has driven in 2, and the Mets now with a 3-run lead for the second time today. Conforto takes inside.
How about the reaction by David Wright? The safe call by Paul Nart, who was in the perfect position.
This is what he rehabbed for 4.5 months for, to be an integral part of this pennant race. And now he is. 1-1 to Conforto, who got the whole thing started today for the Mets with an opposite field home run back in the second. 3 different Nationals relievers have been charged with a run now here in the 7th. 1 against Trinan, 1 against Rivero, 1 against Jansen. Cespedes at second and 2 out. And Conforto takes inside 2-1.
Well, we've talked about to get him out, you got to pitch him upstairs. You go down, and I don't care where you're playing in the outfield. He can go coast to coast and hits the ball so hard that the outfielders have no chance to react. That was a bullet over the head of Harper.
Yeah, Harper just had no idea how hard it was hit, and it sailed right over him. Conforto drives one to right at Rendon to end the inning. A hard-hitting inning for the Mets, and they gain the lead with 3 runs. Wright, Murphy, and Cespedes with the RBI. 7th inning stretch, 8-5 New York. Memorial on Labor Day in our nation's capital. You can place a deposit on your 2016 full or partial ticket plan today and guarantee yourself access to 2015 Mets postseason tickets. Purchase tickets online at Mets.com/deposits. Well, today's starters long gone in this game. Brought to you by People's United Bank. With the logo back on the left today. It was aberrationally on the right yesterday, and we just couldn't figure that out. Anyway, John Neese took an early exit today. Max Scherzer was not at his best either. And the Mets scoring 3 runs against the Nats bullpen in the 7th to take the lead. Yoenis Cespedes, who has been a big bat all month for the Mets, moves to left field. Juan Lagares will play center. He'll go in the 7th spot in the order, and the pitcher Hansel Robles will hit 5th as Michael Conforto comes out.
Well, with Clippard out, you're hoping that Robles can somehow pitch the 7th and the 8th.
Or Addison Reed in the 8th.
There you go.
That would be your other choice. Mets had to go to the bullpen early. Carlos Torres worked an inning at a 3rd, but he left with a strained left calf. Eric Goodell gave the Mets a solid inning of relief. And then Dario Alvarez, with the game tied, got a king-sized out, striking out Bryce Harper in the 6th. And so Alvarez is now pitcher of record on the long side for the Mets after retiring that one batter. This has been quite the ball game.
It really has.
3 early home runs by the Mets. Ramos with the grand slam and a 5-run 4th, knocking Neese out. The Mets coming back. Cespedes with heroic after heroic. David Wright with the go-ahead hit. And now it's Ryan Zimmerman to face Hansel Robles as the Nats try and come from behind again in the 7th.
If you would have asked us early in the season if it was a big game in Washington, what was the score, it would be 2-1 or 3-2. Just the opposite here.
Robles worked 2/3 of an inning last night. Gave up no runs and 1 hit. And he comes up and in on Zimmerman, 0-1. Zimmerman 2 for 3 today. He got the 5-run 4th inning started for the Nats with a base hit to right. So far the Mets have had the upper hand out of the bullpen. 2 teams that have both struggled to find competent bridges to their closers. 0-2 to Zimmerman with Escobar and Desmond to follow. Matt Williams used 4 relievers in that 7th inning, and 3 of them were charged with runs. The matchups just didn't work today. Quick pitch, strike 3 call. Zimmerman caught admiring. Maybe wasn't ready. Takes a glance out at Robles, who has drawn other players' ire for his quick pitching.
Well, that wasn't like the one in Philadelphia. Zimmerman was in, he was ready, and he was just quick pitched. The gamesmanship worked.
How about the little stare at the end?
That was, I'll remember that stare, but too bad.
Next time you got to be ready.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Robles is the first guy ever to use the quick pitch. The Mets have a plethora of guys on their staff who use it, and so do other teams.
The difference is that Robles goes straight from kind of like a windup on the.
Backhand play by Tejada, and he throws out Escobar 2 out.
Sorry, if you notice Familia, he comes up with his hands over his head and goes.
Right.
Robles just starts right here like he's going to go into putting the ball on his belt.
From the belt.
Right from the belt he goes. So there's no kind of way to get ready.
Zimmerman will tuck that into his memory bank. So Robles has gotten 2 easy outs. And now he'll face Desmond, who's been on base 3 times in a row with 2 singles. Asterisk, because the second one should have been an error. And a walk. And a first pitch slider to get ahead of Desmond, 0-1.
Interesting, all these hitters being very aggressive. 3 runs down. You usually don't see that. Need base runners.
A lot of aggressive hitting on both sides all day. You know, Terry Collins said before the game, this is our first playoff series. It's got to be even more so for the Nationals.
Yeah. Well, they're like they're 2 games down in a 7-game series right now. They need to. I mean, this is their opportunity. They've got 6 games against the Mets, and you feel like because of the Mets' lead, you got to win 5 of those.
Well, they certainly have to feel they have to win this series to have a chance. If they even if they lose only 2 out of 3 and they come out of the series 5 games behind with 23 to play and only 3 more shots at the Mets, can't be too pleased about that prospect.
Not, but you know, with the 3 games at the end, you really have to look at it. Got to get it to 3 or 2 by the last 3 games.
Robles ahead on Desmond, 1-2 with 2 out and nobody on. Here's the quick pitch, and that one's in the dirt. 2-2. Well, the schedules are somewhat similar. The Mets have the toughest remaining series because they have to play the Yankees.
That's right.
The Nats had their tough remaining series when they went to St. Louis. And the Nats have more home games than the Mets by a small margin. But they finish in the Mets ballpark.
Well, we haven't always been huge fans of where the games against the Yankees have been located on the schedule. We're a big fan this year. I mean, that's going to be some kind of series at Citi Field.
It was brilliant schedule.
Brilliant.
They did it perfectly this year. They put the first series at Yankee Stadium in April to, you know, raise interest at a time of year when sometimes the crowds are small, and they put the second series in September. And with both teams in the race, it's going to be huge. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Hansel Robles with a 1-2-3 7th with a couple of punch outs. That's the kind of 7th inning the Mets have been looking for. 8-5 Mets after 7. Nine-0 Cubs. The Pirates fell in Cincinnati today. Aroldis Chapman closed it out with a save, and the 2 LA teams go head-to-head later tonight.
DeSclafani has had a pretty good year for the Reds.
Rafael Martin comes in to pitch the 8th inning. Travis d'Arnaud takes up and away.
He was signed after the 2010 Caribbean World Series. He had a great Caribbean World Series, and the Nationals signed him.
Well, his backstory is amazing. Yeah. Grew up in San Fernando, California. There's Danny Espinosa, who's come in to play second base. Anthony Rendon moves to third. So the pitcher will get in Escobar's spot in the 5th spot in the order. And Martin worked construction for 4 years and then went to the Mexican League. 31 years old and getting a chance to pitch in the big leagues for the first time.
Well, this is his second assignment with the Nationals this year. He struck out 8 of the first 12 hitters he faced, including 5 in a row.
The Mets have taken it to the Nationals bullpen. Scored 3 runs against 4 different pitchers. D'Arnaud chases the slider out of the strike zone, and Martin bans his first batter.
Well, I was going to say, and folks at home, please excuse my stereotype, but Mexican right-handers always have a great breaking ball. I don't know why, and Martin has one. That ball changed lanes halfway to the plate.
So 1 out and nobody on. And now Ruben Tejada, who got the 3-run 7th inning started for the Mets with a base hit. Excuse me, Juan Lagares up for the first time, and he takes a strike. Lagares came into the double switch in the last inning. And Juan just got a piece of that, and it's 0-2. Lagares had his last start on Saturday night in Miami and 2 hits, including a 2-run homer. Wilmer Flores waiting on deck. Oh, and 2 to Lagares, and he fouls it back. Martin is the 6th Nationals pitcher of the day. Max Scherzer started, fell behind 3-0 early, then was handed a 5-3 lead but couldn't hold it. Gave up 5 runs over 6 innings. Slider grounded out to short. Nice big hop for Desmond, and he throws out Lagares 2 away. Now Flores with 2 out and nobody on. Wilmer's 1 for 3 on the day. If you're the Nationals and you're trying to figure out what's going on with Max Scherzer with all the home runs, how do you address that?
Well, for me, just watching him, I'm sure Steve McCatty, their pitching coach, one of the best in the game, knows that his arm angle has just dropped, Gary. And when you drop your arm angle and don't get on top of the ball runs instead of sinks. And he always has great movement. But if it's running, it's on the same plane. Keith will tell you better than I. It makes it much easier for the hitter to get a good wood on it. I mean, it's something I honestly, never in Max Scherzer's boat or talent, but I always ran into. I had to make sure of my arm angle, because if I didn't, it ran and not sank. And if it didn't sink, then I was in trouble.
Flores pops 1 foul, and it's 1-2.
So if you're getting under your fastball and it's running, you're going to be getting under your slider, which means that a lot of them are hanging. Just not the same pitcher we saw in April, and that is surprising.
Tejada waits on deck. One, 2 for Martin. Line drive, base hit. So Wilmer has his 2nd straight hit, a 2-out single, and the Mets' 11th hit of the day.
Wilmer must lead the National League in hits that looks like he's going to fall over, but still gets the ball and hits it right on the nose.
They say that balance is important in hitting.
Not in his hitting. It's not.
So here's Tejada, who is 1 for 2. He came in a double switch back in the 4th inning when John Neese left the game. It was a day that Terry Collins knew he was going to have to massage his bullpen with his starter exiting early, and he has done that. And he had an extra crimp thrown in when Carlos Torres had to leave the game with a calf injury. But he's gotten this game to the 8th with, so far, shutout work from his pen.
Torres won an inning in the 3rd. Goodell got an inning done. Alvarez might have got the biggest out in the game and striking out Harper.
And then Robles with a 1-2-3 7th, and with nobody up in the bullpen, looks like Robles will get the 8th as well. And a well-rested J. Reese Familia waiting for the 9th. Tejada chasing a pitch, 2-1.
This is where, as a manager, Gary, not only in your lineup, with guys in the bullpen, you start to play the hot hand. Martin throws his ball right by Tejada. So whoever's pitching the best is going to be in the game before you get to Clippard, who's not available today, and Familia.
It's such a tightrope that you have to walk, though. You want to play the hot hand,
Yeah.
but you don't want to burn out the hot hand.
Well, you're hoping that the player somehow finds it in himself in September baseball to get it to the end.
It's easier once you get to October because you have off days built in. And then you can pitch guys every game if you have to. God almost swung out of his socks on that last pitch. He'll do that from time to time. Flores will be running now with 3-2 and 2 out. Tejada takes strike 3 called to end the inning. So Rafael Martin throws a scoreless top of the 8th. Middle of the 8th in D.C. 8-5 Mets. Nats first game of a huge 3-game series. Mets were up 3-0, down 5-3. They've scored 5 unanswered runs to lead 8-5 going to the bottom of the 8th. And Hansel Robles, who worked a 1-2-3 7th, will stay on. The Shadows have not yet encroached on home plate. They should be there in the next 20 minutes or so. And the pitchers will have a little more of an edge.
Yes, they will.
On what has been a hitter's day so far. Wilson Ramos had the biggest hit of all, a grand slam back in the 4th inning that turned a 3-0 Met lead into a 4-3 Nationals lead. And Ramos hits a weak ground ball out to Flores. 1 pitch, 1 retired. By the way, Flores also knows that Ramos is slow, just like Ramos knew the same about
Well, he took his time, but again, this is the 2nd inning in a row, down 3 runs, that the Nationals are swinging aggressively at the first pitch. Very interesting. I don't understand it.
1 out and nobody on. Now Michael Taylor, who is 1 for 3 today, singled and scored back in the 4th. Nats scored all 5 of their runs in the 4th inning against Jonathan Neese. And a little looper in foul territory. Murphy over near the railing, and he can't quite reach out to get it. He didn't quite have the Ike flip ready to go.
Interesting, Murph, for having a conversation with the bench for the Washington Nationals.
You know, he's got the bad quad, and I wonder whether that has anything to do with him not, you know, sacrificing his body as we've seen Murph do before.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't end up in the stands or something, Murph. What happens on that play is when you don't have room, the players on the bench say, plenty of room, plenty of room.
That's when you go into the other team.
That's right, the other team's bench.
Is that Let's Go Mets or Let's Go Nats? I can't tell.
I think it's Mets. Of course, Nats would be a little louder, I would hope.
Problem is, they sound too much alike.
That's right. In my scorebook, usually I put in, you know, the city of the team. With these guys, I put Mets and Nats.
Danny Espinosa hitting ninth in the order on deck. Robles ahead 0-2 on Taylor. Just got a piece of that, and it caught Darno, who staggered.
Boy, he's holding his throat. Did he catch him in the throat? No.
Maybe knocked the mask into his throat. And Ray Ramirez is going to come out to have a look, and Darno waves him away. What are you doing here?
Those catchers, they don't like the trainer to come out. Tough as nails. But I think you're right, Gary. He hits him so low on the mask that it kind of pushed it down and maybe into his, you know, sternum.
Strike three call. Taylor caught looking, 2 men down. Hansel Robles, 5 batters faced, 5 batters retired.
Was that another quick pitch? I think it was. And both quick pitches to Zimmerman and Taylor have been right on the knees on that outside corner.
And Taylor, the latest to give a little glance out to Robles as he walked away.
They have all this video and they don't know he quick pitches. I mean, come on.
Jeff Francoeur could tell him.
Boom. Go sit down.
So 2 out and nobody on. Now Danny Espinosa will bat for the first time. Came into the double switch in the last inning. Well, it's 3 batters in the inning. They've all swung at the first pitch.
I don't get it.
Mets have used 5 pitchers today. And Robles has been the best so far. Another quick pitch, and Espinosa takes low. A ball and a strike. Coming up tonight, Geico Sports Night at 10:30. Highlights from around the majors and the tennis and the college football. A full day in sports on Labor Day. 10:30, Geico Sports Night on SNY. I missed the Chris Carlin tweets. Good breaking ball by Robles, and it's 1-2.
Day game. Chris doesn't really get it going until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Get a couple of coffees.
Yeah.
Get the loudmouth show geared up.
Probably barbecuing right now.
One, 2, and he struck him out. What an outing for Hansel Robles. 6 up, 6 down, 4 strikeouts. We go to the ninth, 8-5 New York.
See, Nelson knows. How come the Nationals don't know?
Curtis Granderson up for the 5th time, leading off in the top of the 9th against Rafael Martin. Granderson's had a big day, 2 doubles, a walk. He's driven in a run. He's scored a run. Everybody's had a big day for the Mets, and Yoenis Cespedes is going to get a lot of the headlines coming out of this game. But how about the Mets bullpen? They've retired 12 Nationals in a row.
I mean, for a game for Jonathan Neese to give up a 5 spot in the 4th inning, grand slam home run by Ramos. It's just the kind of game that this Mets team could not win before July 25th.
Couldn't have conceived of winning.
Couldn't conceive of winning.
And there's ball 4, and Granderson's on base for the 4th time today. Well, it's a chock-full Mets box score that we'll take a look at, brought to you by Dodge. Cespedes with 2 doubles and a home run. David Wright with the go-ahead hit. Granderson on base 4 times. Conforto a home run. Kelly Johnson a home run. Been a lot of contributors today.
Conforto a home run in a game that he knew was going to be the biggest series the Mets play all year. First time up, first pitch.
First pitch.
I mean,
Oppo pop.
Kid makes it look easy.
Here's David Wright. He takes a strike. David, who has been waiting for a pennant race for, 7 years since the last time the Mets were involved down the stretch. Had a huge hit in the 7th to put the Mets in front. Behind in the count. Line drive over short that brought home Ruben Tejada with the go-ahead run. David's 1 for 4 today. Daniel Murphy waiting on deck. This is interesting, Ronnie. As yet, J. Reese Familia is not up in the bullpen. Could it be Hansel Robles might be asked to work a 3-inning save?
I saw Familia up in the bullpen, so he was throwing. So my thought is that because there's no outs, maybe he'll get up when there's 1 out to get hot again. But I mean, Robles is. You wouldn't make a mistake by putting Robles out there. He's been unhittable,
and he's only thrown 19 pitches in his 2 innings. One, 2. David goes down swinging on the fastball. That's the 3rd strikeout in relief for Rafael Martin, who's been by far the most effective reliever so far today for the Nats.
Get that side-on fastball that he can elevate through right by David. There you go.
And now Familia is up. The reason that you'd use Familia, even if the Mets extend their lead, is it's been a long time since he's been in the game, and you just can't leave him sitting around for a week and expect him to be sharp when you need him.
Well, Terry Collins has told you and I many times that one of the things that Familia has gotten really good at is saving his bullets. He doesn't overthrow in the bullpen, throw too many pitches, so by the time he comes in, he's a little spent.
Murphy 0 for 3, delivered a sac fly his last time up that gave the Mets a 2-run lead.
I think guys like Bobby Parnell, Jason Isringhausen, others that have worked with Familia have taught him that.
Jose Valverde.
There you go.
He was a big influence for the short time he was here last year. And breaking ball just missed. 2-1. Well, Yoenis Cespedes is on deck. See what he can do for an encore. He's hit 3 shots today. Actually, the home run was more of a towering fly ball that made it out. The 2 doubles, though, 1 to left center, 1 to right center, just laser beams. Murphy hits 1 out to right center field. Back goes Taylor onto the warning track at the wall to make the catch. Murphy, who's always hit well in this ballpark, he had that one a ride, but a little bit shy. Yoenis Cespedes' day, well, it's been a busy one.
Whenever I watch his swing, all I think about is the bat speed he generates. This one, like a Ray Guy punt, gets out of the ballpark, and the other 2 just hit so sharply that the speed of Taylor in center field and the speed of Harper in right field did not come into play.
That last double, you know who that swing and the follow-through reminded me of? Willie Mays.
Oh,
that's how Willie used to drive the ball to right center field.
That long swing with great bat speed.
Well, he's having a Mays-esque stretch as a Met. His slugging percentage as a Met is now .673. .673.
I dropped Mattingly on Conforto. You dropped Mays on Cespedes. What are we doing up here?
Having a lot of fun right now.
That's right.
0-2 to Cespedes. And he watches outside.
I'm very surprised that a guy this hot, none of the relievers for the Nationals or their starting pitcher, Max Scherzer, I pitched him inside at all. Let's try to move his feet a little bit. So comfortable in the box.
1-2. Struck him out. So Martin with a very good outing. 2 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts. Now the Mets will bring in Jeurys Familia for the save. 8-5 in the ninth. Wise brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. By Empire City Casino, Manhattan's closest casino. Your luck starts here. By River Spring Health, family of care solutions. Live forward. By Citi, preferred card of the New York Mets. And by Nissan, hurry in for a holiday bonus cash on a 2015 Nissan. Event ends soon. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Mets trying to capture the opener of this big series with the Nationals. Leading 8-5 going to the bottom of the ninth. Jeurys Familia coming in for the save. Every save this year means another opportunity to win prizes from Delta Airlines. Go to Mets.com/Delta Dugout to sign up now.
Well, the numbers are extraordinary. A little blip on the radar after the All-Star break. He's got it back going. That sinker, slider, and split finger.
Hasn't been on the mound in a week. So we'll see if he's sharp as he faces the top of the Nats batting order. Jason Worth leads off and takes a knee-high strike. Slider to start him off. Worth is 1 for 4. A long double that drove in the 5th run against John Neese in the 4th inning. That knocked Neese out of the box. The bullpen has taken over from there and done a brilliant job this afternoon. Always is interesting, isn't it, where an area of concern for your team steps up large in a big game.
And you never know where that's going to be. I mean, you know, when your starting pitcher has a struggle like Jonathan Neese did today, the offense just kept on chugging. And boy, you lose Carlos Torres and Goodell comes in. Alvarez gets an out that you never think he's going to get and striking out Harper. Robles goes 2 innings and gets the ball to Familia with Clippard not available today. Just amazing.
The bullpen has combined to retire the last 12 batters. Going back to the 5th inning. Quick pitch by Familia, and Worth lines one into right. So Familia gives up a leadoff hit on an 0-2 pitch. And now Anthony Rendon will come up with a man on. And this will be obviously an enormous batter for Familia.
You know, the only issue I have with Jerry Reese when he uses the quick pitch is that if you watch him, that quick pitch is 80-90% of it is a fastball. Hitters know that.
Well, this is obviously enormous because you got Bryce Harper on deck, who, if Rendon were to get on, would be the tying run. Rendon is 0 for 3 and a walk today. And a fastball in for a strike at 97. Rendon 0 for 3 in his career against Familia. Nationals now with 10 hits. The Mets have 11, and there's Harper looming on deck. In at the knees for a strike with a slider, 0-2.
Well, the shadows have to be helping Familia. Certainly didn't help with Worth. But when that shadow gets out another 20-30 feet or so, that's when it becomes really difficult. Halfway to the mound.
Later in the year, earlier shadows. 0-2 to Rendon. Strike three call. One man down in the ninth.
Boy, Anthony Rendon, the silver slugger at his position last year, did not take the bat off his shoulder against Familia.
Slider that found the top of the strike zone. 1 out and 1 on, and now Harper cannot tie it. Harper is 0 for 3 in an intentional walk. The turning point in the game, you can argue, was his at bat against Alvarez in the 6th, 5-5 game, and Alvarez, first batter he faced in the big leagues this year, struck out Harper on a 3-2 slider, and the Mets then scored 3 runs in the 7th. And Harper's never had a hit against Familia. He's 0 for 5 against him.
Sorry, Mr. Alvarez, I would get my sleep on this trip here. He's going to be facing Harper a couple more times probably, and then Freddie Freeman down in Atlanta.
To another Harper. Ryan Zimmerman, who has been raging hot and has a history of late inning hits against the Mets, is waiting on deck.
You're Familia, you have to go after Harper. MVP season or not. 3-run lead. Don't think corners, think down. Try to get him to hit something on the ground.
Home run can't beat you. Worth at first, Murphy playing behind him. 2-0 to Harper. Big cut, 2-1.
.97 miles an hour. Not in a good spot, but still eluded the bat of Harper.
Gio Gonzalez had the quote of the year this week about Bryce Harper. He said it's like he's playing video games and he has the cheat codes. He's been that good. Familia trying to contend with him in the 9th. And he gets back even, 2-2.
The umpire on the deflection, Paul Nart. So Darno will walk out, give him a chance to catch his breath. He's letting Familia know why he's out there.
Good day for the Yankees today. They won, Toronto lost, so the Yankees back within a half game of first place. See that where that ball hit Nart on the bounce. 2-2 to Bryce Harper. Away, 99 miles an hour, 3-2. Well, he can't walk him. No. That would bring the tying run to the plate with Zimmerman. 3-2. Struck him out. Jerry's Familia takes care of Bryce Harper. Is that his splitter?
I think it was a 96-mile-an-hour split finger, Gary. Whoa.
Unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen that pitch thrown that hard.
Neither has Harper. There's the split coming out of the hand, the tumble, the shadows. He misses that by 3 feet.
Wow. I mean, wow. So now the Nats are down to their final out. And here's Zimmerman, who's 2 for 4 today. And Familia gets ahead of him with a slider. Zimmerman 1 for 3 in his career against Familia. If he can keep it going, Clint Robinson has come out on deck to pinch hit.
They're looking for the sinker, and Familia's giving them a bag of tricks.
He's got quite a bag right now. A full sack. Fouled off, and now the Nats are down to their final strike. It is hard enough to hit this guy with his fastball and slider combination. Add in the split and add in the shadows.
No quick pitch here. Take your time. Execution.
Oh-2 to Zimmerman, and he lines one to right. Over toward the line comes Granderson. Foul ball. So Zimmerman, who with 2 strikes in big spots we've seen so many times try and go to right field, almost deposited one in the corner. Well, it came up a little shy.
Yeah, Gary, especially with 2 strikes. He's thinking that way. Clint Robinson on deck. Most hitters will tell you when there's shadows, the breaking ball is always a problem. Let's see if he goes back to that slider.
Oh, 2. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. Jerry's Familia, 3 straight strikeouts after a leadoff hit, and the Mets have taken the crucial opener of